Coming to you live from the Midwinter Gala, this is Optimal Play. I'm Brandon.
I'm Steven.
And Steven, have you heard of Arkham Horror, the card game?
Yeah, I feel like we used to talk about that and play that.
It's like a different life. It's been a minute. For me in particular, I sort of burnt out a little bit on the game. Something I never thought was possible for many of my years of playing it.
Yeah, I still play a decent amount, but definitely the last few months, been more into like Arcs and a couple of other new hotness, Heat, stuff like that, more than Arkham.
Hotness like heat, I see what you did there. Well, we're back. It's Arkham time. We have the Midwinter Gala standalone scenario that came out in conjunction with Gen Con, I think. Mm-hmm. And the fun thing about it is we're about to play it standalone, and this one gives you a score, which means we challenge you, to beat our score. We don't know what it is yet, but it's sure to be high.
Do we still only have 3 letters for the two of us to like record our high score, or do we get 6 letters?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I think it's just 3, but we don't need to do like S and B or something. We just come up with like
OPT, optimal.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. OP. I don't know what the third thing would be if we did OP. Yeah. Wait, what did you say? OPT?
Yeah. Up for optimal.
I was okay. Yeah. Then I thought OP as in like the initials of the 2 letters or the 2 words, and then yours is better. All right. We're not starting this over. The Midwinter Gala is odd because I think we're about to choose. Well, we know because we looked at it a little bit that we're about to choose a faction to ally with, and we'll read the flavor text, but we know that they're associated with sort of the 5 classes. So, who did we decide to ally with?
The Rogues.
The Rogues, that's right. And we are playing an all-rogue team to go with it. We have Safina and a stand-in chip for Alessandra, because I realized that I do not have these nice Etsy poker chip investigator pieces for the Hemlock Man.
Such a rogue that you disguised as trash.
That's what it is, yes. Yeah, that's totally Alessandra's style, right?
Yeah.
Disguise herself, stealth her way around the party. Okay, with that, I think... I hate reading Lovecraft quotes. Would you read us the Lovecraft quote that starts us off?
It was the Yuletide that men call Christmas, though they know in their hearts it is older than Bethlehem and Babylon, older than Memphis and mankind. It was the Yuletide, and I had come at last to the ancient sea town where my people had dwelt and kept festival in the elder time, when festival was forbidden, where also they had commanded their sons to keep festival once every century, that the memory of primal secrets might not be forgotten. From H.P. Lovecraft's annual Christmas letter.
Is that right?
No, it's from the festival, but that would be pretty awesome to just like get a Christmas card.
Love to have that on my fridge, yeah. So we are here on the hottest week of the year in Los Angeles to celebrate Christmas. Is that right?
The intro... This would feel great right now. A light snow falls as you step out of your taxi in front of the cracked and weathered facade of the old Kingsport Manor. Several other guests, some of the finest movers and shakers from Arkham to New York, flitter past you to present their invitations to the doorman. As you follow them in, you catch a scent of cedar and sweet florals, with an undercurrent of something rank. The Lantern Club is thrilled to have you, a grinning, sharp-eyed attendant says as they hand you the same bone-white mask worn throughout the soiree. Feeling out of place, you don your mask and follow an elderly flapper into a drawing room with a crackling fire. The room would be warm and inviting, if not for an uncanny strangeness in the dreamlike paintings and ghastly sculptures. Looking at them makes your head swim. Please, if you'll indulge me, a stentorian voice bellows from an adjoining room. You follow the voice back to the lavish foyer. At the top of the stairway, a stately gentleman with a finely trimmed beard and alabaster mask raises his champagne glass. I am Declan Pierce, no mark of the Lantern Club. Follow me, please. The guest follows him through a wide set of double doors into the ballroom, in the center of which is a gleaming gem. In the center of which a gleaming gem is displayed behind a thick pane of glass.
This is Declan Pierce, actually, if you want to If you want a
yeah.
visual. Yeah.
He has a much less covering mask than
Yeah, that one's not as mysterious as the others.
The socialites gather around, marveling at the swirling, iridescent colors that move like clouds within the hard-cut angles of the jewel. I wonder, is it... No, maybe it's not different. My honored guest, this is the Jewel of Sarnath, Declan Pierce says triumphantly. A stone unlike any other, rumored to have been cut in an ancient city on distant shores. Legend claims it can grant its bearer's wishes. Scattered laughter follows Pierce's remark, and the chairman himself suppresses a chuckle. Yes, I know. Of course the real purpose of this evening is you. We invited only the best, the most supreme of New England's social strata, to appeal to your sense of charity. The most distinguished or generous among you may be permitted to hold the jewel by the end of the evening. And who knows? Perhaps dreams are real, and the Jewel of Sarnath can grant wishes. But until then, enjoy our little party. After another wave of friendly laughter, Pierce claps his hands, and a dozen attendants bearing mouth-watering appetizers descend upon the room. Your eyes scan the ballroom, hoping for some sign of the contact who led you here. A chill runs down your spine as you lock eyes with a tall, masked figure standing at the back of the crowd. He slowly cocks his head just a little too far to the right. You wonder if he is smiling behind his bone-white mask.
So that must be this bloodless man.
After what feels like ages, the man breaks eye contact with you to continue scanning the room. Suppressing a shiver, you search the gaggle of guests. Your gala invitation arrived in an unmarked parcel, along with a note promising generous compensation for your assistance in procuring the Jewel of Sarnath. At long last, you find your mysterious contact. Who is your mysterious contact? So here's where we choose, but we already decided it would be the rogue. So a slick-looking man with dark hair taps ash from his cigar into a hapless guest's champagne flute. His darting eyes suggest he's casing the joint. Skip to the syndicate. The man raises his glass in a mock toast as you approach.
Cheers.
Johnny Valone, glad you could make it to this mutually beneficial business arrangement. The man finishes his drink and casually hands the empty glass to a nearby socialite, who looks equal parts confused and offended. Valone is seemingly deaf to the protest as he leads you to a deserted study. Your reputation precedes you, or rather, it doesn't precede you. Nobody will suspect your involvement, which is why I've asked for your help in procuring this jewel of something or other. It's a big score. I promise you will make it worth your while.
Of something or other, he said. That wasn't just you not wanting to pronounce it.
I guess technically it says something or another, but
sure.
All right, so we now set up the thing.
Yeah, I'll grab that from you because I followed some of these steps already. Obviously, the table is largely set up, but we do need to. So I have not yet taken our chosen faction. Here are the cards associated with the rogue faction. This is our allied faction. Set aside that faction's story card. Okay, that is set aside for later. Then put that faction's leader card. That must be, here we go, Johnny Valone, ready to make a deal. Face up into play under the control of any investigator. Who wants Johnny Valone? This is, he has 3 health, 2 sanity, does not take up the ally slot. Gets you get +1 agility, and after you gain 1 or more resources via a card effect, exhaust Johnny Valone to draw a card and gain 1 resource. And force when he leaves play, remove him from the game. 50 clams when the job's done. I have what's her name? I have Bianca DeCatz, so I
There's no ally slot here.
Right. No. No. So what I'm saying is that I could potentially be getting resources from card effects a lot of times to trigger that a lot. So that seems good for me. I don't know if you have any like.
My only argument would be they only have 5 base health, so the 3 health is pretty nice. But
that's true. I'm not opposed.
Yeah, you can go either way.
Why don't you take it?
Okay, cool.
Put one of that faction's 3 remaining guest assets into play face up at each ground room location and remove its rival card from the game. Okay, so these are the 3 remaining guest assets. We have Arsène Renard, Nova Malone, and Miranda Keeper. They have, I'm not going to read all of these at this moment, but they all do take up an ally slot and have abilities of all sorts on them. Okay.
And Arsène is the original first name of Arsène Lupin. If you've seen like the Lupin Netflix show or the Lupin anime or anything like that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So there's like a very famous anime, Lupin the Third, and there's also a very popular French Netflix show called Lupin. And they're all based on this like 100-year-old like gentleman thief character, Arsène Lupin. And that's Arsène Renard, gentleman thief.
So probably a reference, you're
Yes.
saying. I've never heard of this game referencing other pop culture properties, especially not anime. That seems likely, yeah. We are setting aside one of the other 4 faction story cards at random out of play. I actually went ahead and threw tokens for the other 4 factions into this rock and stone bag. So you can randomly select our rival.
All right. This one.
Oh, we hate the Seekers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck them. Okay. So here are all the other faction cards.
We are rogues that did not return our library books.
Exactly. All right, so we're setting aside that story card. Out of play, not removed from the game necessarily, along with that faction's leader card and its rival card. Okay, so that's its rival card and its leader card. We can take closer looks at that later. This faction is your rival from the game. Remove its 3 guests from the game. For each of the remaining 3 factions, remove its story card, leader card, and rival card from the game, so that would just leave the guests. So I think I can do that pretty quickly. We've got 3 survivor guests, 3 mystic guests, 3 guardian guests. Everything else removed from the game. Okay. Shuffle these 9 guest assets face down to form the guest deck and place it next to the act deck. Put the top 3 cards of the guest deck into play face up, placing one of them at each ground floor room location. So we're going to have 2 guests at each of these locations. It's a lot going on. We've already put the Bloodless Man into play. We've set up and shuffled the encounter deck. So that looks like it. Once we have the Mystic Raymond Loggins, the Mystic Prudence Douglas, and the Survivor Thomas Olney also in these rooms. I'm just realizing that these are not framed that well on camera. Should we shift them to the left a little bit?
Sure.
I know that's going to make our play area a little tight. Okay. We are now ready to begin. So
Nice.
This says, I was going to say, should we look at the scoring tasks, but maybe we wait a few turns and actually get a little bit familiar with the flow of the game and then focus on scoring. So the lobby says the front door of the mansion leads to a room filled with art, attendees, and a beautiful chandelier. Grab yourself a drink. It could be a long night. So the lobby has 1 clue per player, 2 shroud, and says as a fast ability, if the current agenda is 2A or 3A, spend 2 resources, 1 per player resources. Someone is fashionably late. Reveal the top card of the guest deck and put it into play at this location. Group limit once per round. So once the agenda is 2 or 3, we can do this by spending 2 resources.
Nice.
The winter chill lingers in your bones. Something feels wrong. Okay, and does this connect? Yeah, this connects to the Lantern Chamber, which says as an additional cost to enter it, you must take 1 horror. And it connects to all these ground floor rooms.
Okay.
I'm going to need my opening hand, I guess, huh?
Yeah, and I don't need to decide my mulligan, although I do need to decide which ones go under.
Before I draw my opening hand, I have Bewitching. So I'm going to be searching my deck for up to 3 different trick cards. Definitely a Beguile, a Vamp.
So with Safina, I still shuffle in weaknesses, right? I just don't do the other mulligan, like the normal mulligan.
I believe so, yeah.
I already drew 2.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna have 4 in here. So.
How many experiences in your deck?
32, but within the thick of it, so effectively 29.
Oh, okay. So 3 basic weaknesses?
Yeah.
And I want I think so. I have a couple other options in this deck actually. I have Stir the Pot, but that is such like a niche slash later in the game card.
Yeah.
I think I'll just do Persuasion. Okay, so those are my 3 Bewitching cards. Bewitching, if you're not familiar, when I engage an enemy, I can exhaust Bewitching to either search the top 9 cards of my deck for a copy of one of these cards I just attached to it at the start of the game, or I can draw one of them from it. So just much easier access to my tricks thanks to that exceptional permanent. My other permanent here is False Covenant because I've heard you might be cursing us a little bit.
Maybe a bit. I actually did not draw 5 events that can be placed underneath Safina.
Oh, that's annoying.
Which is pretty unusual.
Yeah. She draws, what, 13 cards?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jeez. Some of them may be my signature, which is an event that can't be placed under her.
Right.
But I did draw some good... Everything's pretty good. I guess...
This hand is trash. Not an asset in it. So I think I'm going to keep 1 Econ card and mulligan the rest. Well, I found the only asset that matters to Alessandra, so I'll call that a successful opening hand.
Alright, so I have to discard the down to 8.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Discard 2 cards.
Does it say you discard down to 8 now, or is that enforced at the end of your turn?
No, it says choose up to 5 events to place beneath Alessandra. Keep 8 as the opening hand, discard the rest.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think that has happened to me as Safina.
Yeah. I'm going to discard...
I'm giving you your 5 resources, by the way.
I'm going to discard Eye of Chaos in favor of this. Definitely Eye of Chaos. And what is my other one? Yeah, I guess it's Favor of the Sun. The good thing is, though, that after I keep my opening hand, I immediately play my tarot for free.
Oh,
so,
that is good. The 4 of Cups.
Mystic one. Yeah. I'm not playing the Rogue one.
That's fine. You already got plus agility for
the
free.
So I'm already at 5 will and 5 agility.
Seems solid. Okay. I think the night is ours. What are we doing?
So we can get some... we should read the agenda and act.
Oh, that might be good. Yeah.
Masked revelers. Promising to be a night of intrigue and wonder, the gala is expected to be filled with secrets and whispers that are as much a part of the entertainment as the drinks and music. Each Lantern Club enemy cannot be dealt damage. Doom cannot be removed from this agenda by card effects. And forced, when a single-sided guest asset would leave play, it becomes spellbound instead. So flip it face down, lose control of it, and heal all damage and horror from it.
Okay. And then the act, is meet and greet. You notice the jewel is no longer in the ballroom. Maybe a guest saw someone move it? Guest assets do not take up ally slots. Oh, that's maybe promising because these all have ally slots on them. I was wondering how we were going to handle that.
Yep.
As an action, choose a guest asset and a skill icon on it at your location. Parlay. Test that skill 3. If you succeed, take control of that asset. This seems up my alley.
Okay.
As an action, if you control a guest asset, give control of it to another investigator at your location. Okay. And the objective. If each undefeated investigator controls a guest asset and the current agenda is 2 or 3, they may spend the requisite amount of clues, which is 6 for a 2-player game, as a group to advance.
Okay.
Okay.
And I already have a guest.
Oh, you do? Because the leader goes to someone. So I just have to get a guest, and we have to get 6 clues, and we have to wait out the first agenda. Because it says if it's agenda 2 or 3.
Oh, weird.
Is the objective. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is weird. I can't remember a time I've seen that part of the objective is just enough time has to pass.
Okay. But maybe we should get some more guests? I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it seems like... and they all have abilities. I haven't sat and... They're all like 6 lines of text. I haven't sat and read them all, but that seems probably good.
Yeah. I
guess the potential downside would be if I don't know that we said, by the way, but neither of us has played this before. We're playing blindly here. if we get a bunch of them and then there's an effect that makes them all spellbound or something like that, and all that time is wasted, right? It's hard to predict, I guess.
Yeah.
But well, why don't I go first? I'm going to spend a resource to put on my fine clothes. So Alessandra is getting -2 to the difficulty of all her parlay tests. Seems good. I will also... I'm going to go ahead and just play Faustian Bargain now. If you would throw 2 curses in the bag, please.
Go.
How badly do you want any of these resources?
So let's see. If you give me 1, I can do Johnny Valone. So
that triggers him if you get...
After you gain 1 or more resources via card effect. It doesn't have to be my cards. So.
Okay. Yeah, why don't you take 1, and then you get, another one and draw a card? That seems good.
So I'll go to 7 and draw a card. Thanks.
The scary thing here is now that I'm sitting on 8 resources... I'm remembering that because I did not blindly put my basic weaknesses and I saw what they were. One of them is paranoia.
Oh, okay.
So I don't really want to be sitting on 8 resources.
So spend some money.
If I could avoid it. But I don't have anything to spend money on, so I guess I need to draw some cards. Yeesh. I guess let me spend my 3rd action. For now, I'm going to go exploring.
Nice.
I forget these first 2 rooms. I'm going to go hang out with Miranda. The ground floor room says the stately halls are filled with the sound of music and laughter. I guess we could go straight to the Lantern Chamber, but the game hasn't given us much reason to. Before I commit to this, let's take a look at that, because we have these cards we haven't really read, right? This bloodless man is aloof, but has patrol to the nearest location with a guest. And Lantern Chamber does not connect directly to these, so... although does that... I guess that would count... Johnny Valone. Yeah. Right? When you have the guest. But anyway. Forced, when this enemy is defeated, instead flip him over, exhaust him, and heal all but 3 per player damage from him. Heal all but 3 per damage. Okay. And that is his health. So his other side must have more health?
Yeah, I guess.
Forced, when the investigation phase ends, if this enemy is ready, deal 1 horror to each investigator and guest at this location. If the Pale Lantern is attached to this enemy, each guest asset at this location becomes spellbound. And the Pale Lantern is currently attached to it, and it says, as an action, if the Bloodless Man has 1 or more damage on him, or is in the victory display, test combat or agility 3. If you succeed, take control of the Pale Lantern and flip it over. Any investigator at this location may trigger this ability. Forced, if it would leave play, attach it to its location. So yeah, I guess we continue down to the ground floor rooms and let him follow us. Yeah, his ability that spellbinds guests happens at the end of the investigation phase, so he doesn't move in and do it. So we have, Okay, so anyway, ground floor room. I am in the art gallery. There's nothing quite like the pieces on display here. As an action, there's more to be discovered in this room full of strange works of art. Place up to 2 clues from the token pool on this location. Gain 2 resources. Group them at once per round.
Seems good.
This, to me, putting clues on the location and an upside to it, makes me think that we will want locations to not have clues on them.
Maybe.
In fact, I know we haven't read the scoring yet, but I have glanced at them before, and it does... give us points for each revealed manor location with no clues. So that could be all that it is.
Yep.
But, yeah. 3 Shroud there. All right. Well, that was my 3rd action. You are up.
All right. So I was just checking my phone to see that if I... so I have Painted World, which is her signature that copies an event that's under her. I haven't played her in a while. So if it copies a fast event, which I have Tempt Fate here, and Ward of Radiance, it becomes fast.
Makes sense.
So I think I will start by Tempting Fate. So with Painted World. So this goes to my discard. We add 3 and 3.
Oh boy.
And I draw a card.
I mean, it's the best card in Arkham, so I can't be mad at you.
Yep. Oh, I just got leg injury.
Oh boy.
So... this can be healed as if it were a single point of damage. After I take a move, resign, or evade action, I cannot take any of those types of actions for the remainder of the turn. I should put that there.
That's funny because I think I also have a leg injury as one of my basic weaknesses.
Yeah.
Did we pack any healing?
Probably not.
I have Drain Essence, the one that transfers damage from you. Does that count?
That's a good question.
Can we transfer the leg injury to... I don't know.
Yeah.
We can always hit the pause button and look it up if we find the opportunity to do that. For now... That was your first action? No, that was fast.
Yeah.
Zeroth action. Okay.
Yep. My first action, I'll play a Scroll of Secrets. So this will have 3 secrets on it. Are you badly digging for anything, or should I use this on myself?
Jeez, I don't know this deck well enough. The main thing I guess that I would want right now is my fate credentials, because there's nothing to fight. But there's like a copy in here, so I'm not...
Maybe I want to use it on myself
for
now, but I can always do it on you next turn. So
you don't have to be at the same location for that?
Nope.
That's right.
It's magic.
Yeah. That's so crazy.
Cool. Then as my second action, I'll play... That's not all that great. As my second action, I'll play Well Connected, which would be useful if I had a lot of money. It's the one that's +1 skill value for every 5 resources you have.
So hopefully you don't have Paranoia in your deck.
No, I do not. And then...
If I had known you were running that, maybe I should have given you more of the Faustian Bargain resources. But oh well.
And as my third action, I'll play... I'm actually going... Before that, I'm actually going to Painted World Tempt Fate again.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. That is a lot of blesses and curses.
Yep.
You haven't played anything yet that cares about them.
I have...
Oh, you have... Did you mention? I don't even know if I knew that you had a Paradoxical Covenant.
I have a Paradoxical Covenant.
Yeah.
And actually, this is a good point. So now... I'm going to play Favor of the Moon and Favor of the Sun. So actually, I should have just taken those. That costs 3 resources. And...
Favor of the Moon and Sun.
Yep. And I need to hit one of these. And then I can play Tristan Botley.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So, for free, who requires getting 3 blessings and curses. So
that's cool.
As my third action, I'm going to investigate and try to hit 1.
Okay. And you're still in the lobby, right? So you're just going against this 2 Shroud?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm only at 2 is the only issue. But, I mean, there's so much wackiness in here.
You're up by 2. Your intellect is 4. Right.
No, my intellect is 2.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Your willpower is 4.
But it's like...
And agility. Why is Safina's agility so high? It doesn't... Yes, she's a rogue, but it doesn't feel like her character.
Painting, requires some, hand-eye coordination, I guess. I don't know.
I guess that's true.
Yes!
Bless.
All right. So not only... I'm going to succeed because of Paradoxical, and I'm going to put out Tristan Botley. So let's do... So I'm going to... I need to do both of these to guarantee that I get Tristan Botley.
Mm-hmm.
So I will release both of these. When I release Favor of the Moon, it also gives me a resource. And... I think they ruled that you get to choose whether you continue to resolve or just end immediately with Paradoxical Covenant. Is there anything bad that can happen if I keep going?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like anything. So
all of the... I don't know if we said this either, but we're playing on hard difficulty.
Yes. Yeah.
But all of these are just minuses. Other than this ancient one, if you fail or if the Bloodless Man is at your location, take a horror. That's it.
I guess it could waste blesses and curses though, so I will stop.
Okay.
And then I will put out Tristan Botley for free.
And what's he actually do again?
So Tristan Botley would
free?
Normally cost 5, but what kind of chump pays for him?
Sure.
When my turn begins, I get to choose 2 skills until the start of your next turn. You get +1 to each of those skills. So basically, it's +1 to 2 skills. He's also 3 health and 2 sanity. So that helps with my low health.
Amazing. And here's those tokens.
Yep, so these are unfortunately gone. But I also get a clue.
Okay. That seemed good.
Yeah.
Then that's the investigator phase?
Yep.
Okay. In the enemy phase, the bloodless man is just going to patrol into the lobby. But he's aloof, so he's just going to hang in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
And when the investigator phase ends, if you're still there with him, he would take your leader guests spellbound. And when that happens to a leader, they are removed from the game.
All right.
The rules for spellbound said.
Certainly got to get out of there. Upkeep.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Give me something important. Ooh.
Yeah, I got a good card.
I'm happy for you. I got more econ. It's possible I have too much econ in this deck. But not really. I'm just drawing it all. Okay. Top of the round. Doom on the agenda.
Which campaign's Doom set is this?
That is the one that Team Covenant made for Dream Eaters, I believe.
Nice.
These Pink Doom. Yeah. I don't think that we actually said, chose a lead investigator, I'm now realizing, but since you took the leader, it feels like it's you.
All right.
Yeah.
Inexplicable cold. That would be very inexplicable right now. It was 104 today. Revelation. Test agility 4. For each point you fail by, you must choose and discard a card from your play area. That's interesting.
Oh, wow.
Choose and discard a card from your hand or take a damage. I think I'll probably just test this straight up. I am at 5 agility.
So Tristan Botley's not applying right now? It's not at the start of the round?
It's after my turn begins, which
Okay.
is investigation phase. But I now have 6 soak of allies, so I'm a little less scared of this one.
That's true.
Curse, so I could favor the sun and use paradoxical to succeed at this. That might be worth it, because there is a decent chance now that I fail by a lot.
Right.
So I think I'll do that.
Okay. You did it.
So.
And I've drawn Bleeding Walls. They needed redecorating anyway. Test willpower X. X is the shroud value of your location. If you fail, lose 1 action and take 1 horror. Okay. Willpower is 3 versus 3. But I don't think I'm going to...
Do you want me to scroll a secrets to you right now?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? At the bottom 3.
Bottom 1. It's 0 version.
Remember how rusty I am at this? Okay, I mean, I'll keep this card. Yeah, I guess I was getting confused with Eureka there. Man, what am I thinking?
The bottom 3, there's like an upgraded version of Scroll of Secrets that's bottom 3.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Okay. Alright, that was a card. I don't think it helped me too much here. And I guess the downside of this being just lose an action, take 1 horror, like not that bad. So I think I'm not going to commit anything. I'll just draw the Elder Sign. Or one of those blesses you've totally left in the bag, right? Or a -4. Well, I'm feeling glad that I didn't waste any skill cards then. So
yeah.
I fail, I lose an action, and take a horror. Okay. Back to us. So we basically have 3 more rounds of kind of just getting clues and wrangling guests before we can actually advance the act.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll try to do some of both. This turn. I wish an enemy had engaged me, honestly, and I could trigger Bewitching. Because part of the appeal of Bewitching was to get the duplicates of these out of my deck, thinning my deck, and make it easier to find everything. Ooh, interesting. So both of the guests at my location are resource generators, which is not my need right now. I could use some card draw. Miranda has 3 supplies and says place 1 resource on your location as an antiquity when you spend 1 for supplies, and you get +2 to your next skill test this round. After you succeed by 2 or more, remove an antiquity from your location to gain 2 resources. Her flavor text is "You slay me," and Thomas only. Name a trait and exhaust him to discard the top card of the encounter deck. If it has the named trait, gain 2 resources. And during a skill test at your location, exhaust Thomas only. Discard the top card of your deck. You may commit that card to the skill test if able.
Oh, you did skip the best part of Miranda, though, which is that she's an antiquities trader.
Oh, you're right. I think you correctly identified those as air quotes. If I've ever seen printed air quotes, those are them. Okay. So I think I should just start gaining some guests because that's probably my strength here. I will start with Miranda. So if I parlay her, it's difficulty 3 against one of the symbols there, so I would choose intellect. Fine clothes makes that 1, so it's 4-1. Nothing bad happens if I fail this, right? No. So I don't think I'll pitch any cards into this. I think I will just pass it in the first place. Cool. And it's -1, so I do.
Nice.
Okay, so I take control of Miranda, but guests' ally slots don't count. She gets 3 supplies. Okay. So now I could use her to boost my investigate, basically. Mm-hmm. You know what, second action, I'm just going to draw a card.
Yeah.
I need more cards. I'm going to do it. Card drawn. That's fine. Still not finding any of my assets that would be nice. But I don't want to draw last action, so I am going to investigate the art gallery using a resource or a supply from Miranda, and then placing a resource on my location as an antiquity. I get +2 to the skill test, so it's 6-3.
Nice.
A curse will have false covenant, so I will cancel this, get rid of it, and draw another. It's a 0.
Hey,
great. Got a clue.
And you succeed by 2, right? Because of false covenant?
Did succeed by 2 because of false covenant. You're right. So I remove an antiquity from my location and gain 2 resources. I'm not sure I want to. I'm sitting on so many resources. I might rather leave that there in case I draw paranoia and need resources.
Oh. But how many more tests are you going to do in that location?
I guess at least 2. There's another clue and another guess.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll leave it alone. So because my parlay action that I did was free, I do have an action left, which I had forgotten when I declined to draw a second card. So I guess I'll just go ahead and take a stab at parlaying Thomas. I will go with intellect, so it's 4-1. -1. Okay. Nice. So I've also taken control of Thomas only. He doesn't have any tokens or anything, but I can... I guess I'll, while I'm thinking about it, do this. I will name... We've seen a hazard and a terror. I will name... I know from both the nature of this scenario and from having sleeved this that there are humanoids in here. I'm going to name humanoid.
All right.
So if this is a humanoid, I get 2 resources. It's not. It was a terror. Okay. That's my turn.
Cool. I'm going to start by playing Voice of Ra. So I'm going to reveal 3 mana. I'm going to reveal 2, and then I might use Favor the Moon.
Okay.
Hey, 2 symbols so far. All right.
Wow.
I probably don't need to use Favor the Moon.
I think you're going to have some resources. That's incredible.
All right. So for each symbol revealed, I gain 2 additional. So that is 1 + 6.
You gain 7
and
resources.
Johnny, so I'll gain 8 total.
Right.
So that is sweet.
And these do go back in.
Yeah.
Well, that's as good as Voice of Ra can get.
And I draw a card with Johnny too.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. All right, so that was 1 action. I do need to move out of here this turn. Second action, I'll move. To this one, this ground floor room.
Tell us about it.
It's a ballroom. So it's got 2 clues, 2 shroud. As a parlay action, I can persuade 2 of the guests to have a dance. Exhaust 2 guest assets at this location, then heal 1 horror from each of them.
Oh, if we can find... Oh, from each of them. I was going to say if we can find an equivalent that heals damage, that would give her a leg injury, but never mind. It's from them. You didn't give us the flavor text. They're playing Sono e Folie in D minor, by a little-known composer named E. Zahn. Does that name mean anything to you?
No.
Feels like it should.
So Arsene, you can, as a fast action, place a resource on each location.
Location?
As an antiquity.
So there's multiple antiquity things. Interesting.
And then as a fast action, if there's an exhausted enemy at a location, remove an antiquity from your location to either draw a card or gain 2 resources.
Ooh, card draw.
And then Raymond Loggins, a mysterious benefactor. He has 4 truths. Oh, he's Silver Twilight. And then as a reaction, when you draw a non-weakness treachery, spend a truth to cancel that card's revelation effect and discard it, then take a horror.
He just has 4 ward protections?
Yep.
Holy shit.
That seems really good.
That's incredible.
Yep. And I should move myself over there.
And I've got to think, because these have costs and take up ally slots, that these are... You can come away from this scenario in a campaign keeping some of these? Or at least one of them, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
That would be an incredible card.
Yeah. Wow. So as my last action, I'm going to play... let's see... I've got 10 resources now.
Oh, wow.
So I could... Oh, I never said Tristan Botley. I think intellect... I feel like intellect is an obvious one. There's no enemies.
Right.
So we'll just say that I had said intellect.
Okay.
And so I could investigate. Tristan gets me to 3, while Connected gets me to 5.
Against 2? That seems fine.
That seems decent, yeah. So I'll do that. And I'm just going to let you do all the parlaying if that...
Sure. Well, there's no reason to do the printed parlay action. Right? That can heal horror off of guests.
No, I mean, but the act parlay.
To gain guests.
I mean, I guess I could...
No, yeah, I would love to have 6 allies. I'll gladly... Wasn't there a way
Well, you can click to give me one, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I don't see why I would, but I could. It's a curse.
I've already used Paradoxical, so that's not ideal. Let's just draw Bless here, or 0.
Yeah, there you go. Damn, you've already used Paradoxical around. Wow.
Just draw 0 now.
That's
actually okay.
You pass?
Yeah, because of the Bless.
Yep, nice.
So...
You gotta load the bag back up, though. We're running out of...
Well, I've already played Foizera, at least, so it's... and I got Tristan Botley out. So a lot of the things that I won it for, but I obviously have Paradoxical, too. So, yeah, I'll take that clue.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that was my turn.
Okay. So the Bloodless Man is going to move to one of our locations. Probably mine?
Yeah, because you're going to get out of there pretty quickly.
I will hopefully evade him or just leave. Oh, yeah, or just leave. Yeah. Okay. So we'll send the Bloodless Man to my location, but he is aloof. Okay. Then upkeep. Wow. There it is. Paranoia. Oof. I was afraid of this, so there go my 9 resources. But then I will gain 1 for this upkeep step, so there's that.
Yep. I can also help you build back up, and it sounds like you were maybe saving an economy card too.
I have some watch thises, so I do need a couple resources to be able to do much with them. If I am able to pick up this antiquity for 2 resources, I'm kind of back in business. I don't have any... I probably did over econ a little bit in this deck because I don't think I have very much expensive stuff. Mm-hmm. But anyway, here you go. I was wondering why you were looking under the table. Did you drop some cards?
Yeah. Drop my hand.
After Second Doom is added to the agenda. Okay.
Interrogate. Test Will 2 gets +2 difficulty if a rival enemy is in play.
I don't believe so.
Nope. If you fail and are allied with the rogue faction, lose 3 resources. No, it's too bad you didn't draw that.
Yeah, really.
But I can probably lose 3, and this is Also, a pretty easy test for me. So
Yeah, because you're at 4.
I'm +3 right now.
3.
I'm at 5. Right? Will?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Forgot about your tarot. Yeah. Yeah, just pass it. Bless.
It's not ideal, but
Not really where we want to
fairly
use it.
sure. Oh,
And
that's
then a
okay.
curse. Well, you could paradoxical this if you want to.
I am not going to.
Okay.
-3. Perfect.
Wow. Very nice.
So
Man, paradoxical is a real thing now, huh?
yeah.
It did not used to be a card back in the Innsmouth days. It was not a card that you would decline to use to save for later in the round.
Yeah.
It was like, holy shit, it triggered.
I mean, I can literally pass anything with
Yeah.
those two.
That's
so,
true. That's
you
true.
know.
And I guess the favors of the sun and moon were always there.
Yeah,
But yeah. Wow. Okay. My draw is Bleeding Walls again. Oh shit! Did
What? What?
I forgot last turn that I had lost an action.
Oh shit.
I will just lose 2 actions this time, I guess. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, or 1 or 2, depending on whether I fail this, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. X is the shroud value of my location, so this is 3 to 3.
You did take the horror though, right?
I did take the horror, yeah. Auto fail. Okay, so I take a second horror, and I'm going to put this doom in front of me as a reminder. Or you know what? I guess why don't I just go?
I think as your 1 action, you should move to me.
Yeah, I guess.
Are you connected to me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
it is connected to the unrevealed room. I guess I need to, because I don't want the Bloodless Man to spellbind all my guests. It's annoying to leave this clue behind, but it's only a move away. Yeah, okay. Well, I will go to the ballroom with you,
Okay.
and then I can take my free parlay action. So why don't I parlay Raymond Loggins?
Wait. I guess I can do either of these. I'm at a 5. So if I was going to do one of them, I can do either one.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I would rather the one that can potentially generate card draw right now. So
Okay.
I will parlay with Arsene, and I'm going to go agility so that I'm at 4 to 1. Also, speaking of card draw, I will put manual dexterity into this, so make it 6 to 1.
Cool.
Elder Thing, -4. If you fail or the Bloodless Man is at your location, take 1 horror. But thanks to that manual dexterity, I did not fail, so that
Nice.
worked out great. So I will take control of Arsene and draw a card from manual dexterity. Okay, I am going to, before I pass the turn over to you, I don't see any reason not to. This first ability doesn't even exhaust Arsene, but is a group limit once per game. Place a resource on each location as an antiquity. So the only reason not to do it now would be, well, I guess there's 2
If we
reasons.
get more locations.
One is if we get more locations, and there is a second floor.
Yeah.
That will. I don't know when it will interplay, but at some point it will. Or if we think there's any chance that the game punishes us for having antiquities on our locations.
Yeah.
Right. But so far they seem like all upside.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just gonna do it.
All right.
Before this gets spellbound or something. So this is going to be a resource on all 5 locations.
I'm gonna scroll secrets myself.
So those are antiquities. And there's no exhausted enemy in my location, so the rest of this is not a thing. Okay. I am done.
All right. You might as well do this. You can make resources with that too.
Oh, that's true. I almost forgot about Thomas. All right, I'm going to keep naming humanoid. Still not a humanoid. I know.
Are you sure
There's
it's
something
not
there.
like you shuffle the enemies in later?
There's also that, but those are the monsters.
Okay. Well, okay. You're gonna like this play. First action, double.
Ooh.
This is one. I don't think I've ever done this in a campaign. I've maybe done this in one standalone. 4 cost exceptional. After you play an event, exhausted to play that event again as if it was in your hand. So how about a 10 resource Faustian bargain to replenish.
That sounds incredible.
So we'll put 4 curses in. That shouldn't be a big problem. You've got False Covenants.
Yeah.
I've got Paradoxical Covenant. How much would be reasonable? I can certainly give you at least 5. I could probably do as much as 7 or 8.
I mean, especially now that Paranoia is in my discard pile, like, I'll take as many as you want to give me, but also I don't think my deck is all that expensive, so I don't feel the need to be sitting on 7 or 8.
I'll give you 6, and then I'll take 4 plus Johnny Verone is 5.
Sounds good.
And
you draw a card.
And I draw a card. It is my weakness, 13th Vision, which is the one where you fail ties. And I cannot remove it because that was 2 actions so far. I've played Double and played Faustian. So this is just going to be out. I'll have to remember that both of us fail ties.
Damn. Okay.
And as my 3rd action...
I have to say, credit to the card design council at Arkham Knights 2017. I think this is the single best card that's come out of this. Like design-wise.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a perfectly good, kind of funny, kind of interesting, kind of agonizing weakness without being overcomplicated. Yeah. Bravo.
Yeah.
If you're at Arkham Knights 2017 and helped design this card, I salute you.
It's one of the only weaknesses that affects everyone at your location. Like, it feels relatively mild, but the fact that it affects both of us, like...
I don't even think it feels that mild. It's functionally -1 to all skills, which when you put it that way,
except for fail-by tests. It's not as bad as -1.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, I think I keep on forgetting to say Tristan Botley, but let's just assume it's intellect if there's no enemies whatsoever.
Sure.
I think I will test. I will investigate because I want to use well connected every turn, especially now that I have 10, 11, 12, 13 resources. So well connected is +2. Tristan Botley is +1. So that puts me at 5 intellect. And I haven't used Paradoxical yet. Although there's not a lot of lesses left in the deck.
Yeah. Are there any? I'm not sure there's any.
I guess if I draw a natural curse, I could use Favor the Sun.
Sure.
Skull is...
-X. X is 1 plus the current agenda number, so it's a -2.
Which passes. So,
okay.
Cool. Clear that. And the thing where it's like if you pass and there's an antiquity, that's only if you do it, right?
Correct. After I succeeded a skill test by 2 or more, yeah.
Okay.
At this point, I don't even think I would trigger it. I would rather spend those antiquities for card draw than resources from her, thanks to you shoveling resources at me.
Yeah.
Okay. Enemy is just the Bloodless Man. It's going to move to our location.
Yep.
So at the end of the next investigation phase, 5 allies would currently get spellbound, so we should probably avoid that. And then we'll upkeep.
3 I guess, sorry.
He's elite, right? Yeah.
And we also can't damage him right now. That's on the agenda.
Oh, I forgot. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was already thinking about, like, do we want to try to fuck him up?
Yeah.
It would feel a little weird flavor-wise, because we just add a nice ball. But that's exactly why it feels weird flavor-wise, or because we can't do it. Okay, let me gain that resource, too. And top of a round... really quick, I had set a few rounds in, partly because we didn't know how the scenario would work, and partly because we had been monologuing for so long that we would look at the scoring. Should we take a look at the scoring? Yeah. All right, so end of game scoring. The following is a list of tasks used to tally your score. 1 point for each revealed manor location with no clues. I think manor is all locations are manor locations so far. 1 point for each guest asset controlled by the investigators, so we're doing well there. 4 points if no spellbound cards are in play. 5 points if Agenda 1A or 2A is in play. Interesting, because currently we have to... We can't do anything until Agenda 1A passes. I wonder, is there a way to go back? Is there a way to restore order to the party later? Huh.
Or
Weird.
maybe it's just like a pity, like if you die really early, you still get some points.
I guess. I can't imagine dying in Agenda 1A. Like, nothing is threatening us. But sure. 4 points if the Bloodless Man is in the victory display. 3 points if the Pale Lantern is in the victory display. And all we know about that is that we can take control and flip it. So we don't actually know how that would get to the victory display, since we haven't looked at the other side. 3 points if Declan Pierce is in the victory display. That's an enemy card we have not entered play yet. 4 points if a rival story card is in the victory display. 3 points if no investigator has been defeated, and there's, for a 2-player game, 4 or less damage on the investigators as a group. Oh, so we should start piling it on our allies, I guess. 3 points, same for horror. If no one's been defeated and there's 4 or less horror on the group, we're there. 3 points if you're playing on hard difficulty mode, 6 points if you're playing on expert. So we have 3 points for hard difficulty mode.
Yep.
Also, it says the end of game points on your faction's story card. So we will find out what that means when we get there. Okay, so gathering guests, picking up the clues, and staying healthy seem to be the main things. All right, here's your encounter card.
Entrap. Test agility 3. If you fail and the Bloodless Man is at your location, a guest asset you control becomes spellbound. I don't love that.
Oh no.
If the Bloodless Man's at another location, he readies moves until he reaches your location and engage you. If he's not in play, gain surge. So I'm +2 on this, which is okay. But the only guest asset I control is my leader. You said if they become spellbound, they're removed from the game? What was the thing you said about leaders?
Normally guests are turned face down and you can't interact with them until they become unspellbound, which I don't think we know of how to snap them out of spellbound. Leaders, I'm pretty sure the spellbound rules say that they're removed from the game. I will double check that now. When a leader asset would become spellbound, remove it from the game instead. Yes. My hunch, having not even looked at the back, I did see, because as I took control of these, that the other guests have regular backs. I'm guessing the leader doesn't have a regular back. I don't know.
So I guess
I can pitch you an icon if we're.
I mean, the thing is, I could burn 2 favors to auto pass.
You also could just use well connected here, and then you'd be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, that's a +2 for you right now.
Wait, no, I'm up to +3. I think 9.
I'm seeing 14 resources.
I'm one short. Yeah. So yeah, if I did well connected, I would be at 7 to 3. All right, guess we'll do that.
The back does go up to -6, but just don't draw it.
I do fail ties.
That sucks. But it's fine. Don't draw the -4 either. Uh-oh, a curse.
I think it's worth favor the sunning.
I could also cancel that.
But should I just favor the sun and stop stressing about this?
Maybe so. Yeah, sure.
So I will do that in paradoxical.
Okay. So you've passed that, and I got Mind Extraction. It's power traded. I'm paying attention to the traits because of this Thomas Olney card. Revelation, test willpower X. X is 1 plus the current agenda number. If you fail, take 2 horror. Then if the Bloodless Man is in play and an investigator controls the Pale Lantern, flip it over and attach it to the Bloodless Man. Oh, he takes it back on this treachery. So really it's just 2 horror is on the line here, though. It's willpower 2. That's fine. I have willpower 3 currently. I'm kind of thinking I will watch this here. And, but that only puts me up at +2. I wish I was a little higher if I was going to watch this. I can pitch a well-dressed. All right, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I want things like my fake credentials badly enough that I'm really terrified of using Thomas's ability to mill the top card of your deck and commit it. Even though I realize that like that's not bad, but like I have a one of a leveled up lucky cigarette case. I have a one of fake credentials. Like I have all these one of assets that I really want to draw before I start spamming that. But it's probably the right play.
Probably.
All right, I'm gonna watch this with 3 resources, and well, I guess I don't have to do this in this order. Let me start with Thomas, and then if it's a good skill card, or if it's a good card for this, I will watch this. It's a British Bulldog. Not happy to lose this.
I can fight,
and it doesn't help. It doesn't help the skill test. So yeah. Oh well. All right, I am just gonna commit. No, fine. No, it's fine. It's fine.
You could use Miranda to get close.
I just remembered that I could put a horror on each of 2 guests and then have them dance in the ballroom and heal their horror. This is actually not that bad at all.
True. But you can also, if you want to succeed at the watch this, you can spend a supply from Miranda.
Oh, that's true. But no, I think it's okay. Now that I've remembered that horror is like not that scary in this situation, I drew the cultist. Minus X. X is the number of story assets at your location, so that's 4. Oh wait, I guess this is here.
Well,
5.
What's considered a story asset here?
I mean, all these cards that say asset on them are story assets, right?
Well, but like these are normally story assets don't have a class, and these have a class.
I don't think that that's the definition of it, though. I think it's an asset that is part of the encounter set, basically.
Okay, so you think these 3
and
plus
you know
these
what?
3?
I've wondered why. Did you notice that all these guests have the encounter set symbol in the upper right corner? It's probably for that clarity, because don't like neutral story assets have their encounter set there or something?
I've never really seen one like that. Yeah.
No, yeah, like this. See, this is what story assets usually look like. So they added that to the class ones for exactly that clarity.
Okay. Oh, but this is not a story asset. This is just...
The Bloodless Man is not, but we do have yours, my 3, and 2 hanging out at the location. So there's 6.
All right. Casual minus 6.
Anyway, I fail miserably. I have to take 2 horror, but I will put it on the
Probably
2.
A good thing you didn't gamble.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. Sorry, that was a really long resolution of a not that consequential treachery. All right, it's our turn.
Yep.
All that really happened that was all that bad was I milled my gun.
Yep.
What's the difficulty of parlaying? Oh, nothing. There is no difficulty. Okay.
Yep.
I'll just go first and do this.
Okay. They do. Oh, they exhaust though. But that's okay. You have
I'm not afraid of that.
Yeah.
So I'll exhaust Arsene and Miranda. They dance together, heal them both, and that was my free parlay action. I am. Let's see.
So I think in Sex and the City that would be a Miranda thing, right? To dance with a gentleman thief.
2. I've never seen a single episode of Sex and the City. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You have? Weren't we like in middle school when that was on?
I mean, I see my girlfriend like rewatching it. Like, you know, it's all on Max. Like, I will say a shocking / not that shocking number of like my guy friends have watched a lot of Sex and the City, and they always like, well, like my girlfriend was watching it, but like they clearly watched quite a bit of it, like more than just like.
I mean, it must be a legitimately good show to be. It's
at
huge
least like
as it is.
It's at least slightly addictive.
Yeah.
Like,
so I no shade. I just didn't peg you for a Sex and the City fan is all. Okay, so the Bloodless Man. I could just engage and try to evade it. I could do something cuter, but using a parlay now doesn't.
Or we could just leave. Is the other option.
I could just leave and make him continue chasing us. That's true.
I guess the advantage of engaging.
Should I try to get Raymond and then hoof it?
Well, the advantage of engaging is you get to bewitch, right?
Yes. That is accurate. But I also could deal with it with persuasion. Ought to automatically evade it if I pass, without having to engage it either, saving an action. But I could also, you're right, do neither and just leave. Yeah, maybe that's the plan. We just leave. We'll see. The agenda's going to flip next time. We'll see what's actually happening here and go from there. Okay. So I will...
And I can probably get Raymond and leave.
Oh, you want to get Raymond? Because I could... I have 3 actions still. I could grab him. It'd be nice to spread the love, I guess, and not have all of them on me in case something goes wrong.
Yeah.
So, okay, sure. I will first real action, having used my parlay action, I will go to the remaining ground floor room. It is the bar room. The Jag Juice has a nice kick. It says, as a fast ability, spend 1 resource, buy a drink. Heal 1 damage or 1 horror from an investigator or guest asset at this location. Group limit once per round. We're going to drink away your leg injury. We're going to numb the pain.
That's a quote from Jaws that my friends quote a lot.
This Jag Juice has a nice kick?
No. The like old captain of like this like bearded drunk captain who's when they like rent the boat to go chase the shark, he's like, I drink to your leg. So like literally drinking away leg
drink to your leg. Well, perfect. And I have plenty of resources if you want to keep yours for well connected. We can do this when you get here. 4 clues, 3 shroud. Yikes. Okay, and then the allies here are Nova Malone. She's a fighter. And she is my worst skills for parlaying with. You're better at parlaying with willpower. And Prudence Douglas, who can manipulate the encounter deck. Oh, that combines well with the one that wants me to guess the trait on top of the encounter deck, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to draw a card. Second action, draw a card. Okay. And third action... Well, now my hand's getting full. So I'm going to parlay Prudence using agility. I'll go ahead and watch this on that, putting me at 5-1. I want to succeed by 1 or more. You know what? I've got tons of cards in hand. Might as well turn them into tons of resources. So I will watch this. No, there's no need to watch this. But I will watch this and Well Dressed, which it has 4 wilds if it's a parlay test. Nice. So spending 3 resources on watch this. I am up by probably enough that I don't have to do the math. Maybe if I draw -6, I'll double check. It is the cultist.
That's a -6, right? Or no, it's less.
Number of
less.
story assets at your location. Here it's -5.
Jesus.
Okay. Well, the difficulty of the test was 1 thanks to fine clothes. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 -5. So I am fine, and I even passed by 1. So okay, so I will gain those resources for watch this and take control of Prudence. Prudence uses 3 portents, and during my turn, I can spend a portent and exhaust her to look at the top 4 cards of the encounter deck, discard up to 2 of them, and put the rest on top in any order. Nice. I might save that until Thomas is back awake.
Yeah, makes sense. All right.
That is my turn.
All right. Tristan, I'm going to remember to use it at the beginning of the turn. It's going to be will and intellect.
Okay.
And so I'm going to test. So my will is now 6. 6 against 3 for Raymond. I do unfortunately fail ties. I don't quite have the actions to get rid of that.
Right.
-1. Okay, so I'm
beautiful.
Okay. So I get Raymond. Then I will move to you probably, unless you think
I think so. Yeah. My hope is to eventually find an enemy, beguile it, and send it to get this clue.
All right. Cool. Is this Antiquity here? I think
yes.
Okay. And then I'm going to play Broken Diadem. This is my other huge XP card. Well, actually, I guess I should use Well Connected every turn. So maybe I should save that. Or no, I've already used Well Connected. Just kidding. I will use it.
What's it do again?
So, after a skill test your location ends, in which both a bless and a curse were revealed, place a resource on this. Then if there are 3 on there, put in the Twilight Diadem.
Oh, yeah.
So the Twilight Diadem is when a bless or curse is revealed, spends an offering. It'll have 3 offerings on it, I think, to treat it as a elder sign instead. So, pretty sweet. And yeah, that is it for me.
Okay. We've done it. We've finished the round. The Bloodless Man continues chasing us. We can upkeep, and then we will see what happens with his agenda. I have 12 resources. This is far too many resources.
Especially given that you lost 8.
Yeah. Rogue team, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, for Doom on the agenda. Masked Revelers advances to Who Let the Gugs Out? This is where you respond with the sound a Gug makes to the rhythm. A crash resounds from somewhere deeper in the manor, followed by a scream. Declan Pierce emerges to calm the crowd in the ballroom, but you can't help but notice the masked attendants have positioned themselves in front of each of the manor's many exits. Shuffle each set-aside monster enemy, both copies of the Vicious Ambush Treachery and the Encounter discard pile, into the Encounter deck. Alright, I have those. Nope, that's not it, but I do have a pile of them set aside. There we go. See, I promised you there were humanoids in here. I just never hit one. Alright. Give us Agenda 2A.
Alright, unexpected guests. Commotion stirs deeper within the manor as various guests ask the attendant to be let out. Other guests shuffle through the manor with dead eyes and blank stares.
Blank scares.
Parlay abilities on each Lantern Club enemy cannot be triggered.
Lantern Club enemy? We haven't seen any of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this one is, but he doesn't have any parlay.
Yeah.
Doom cannot be removed from this agenda by card effects. Force, when a single-sided guest has it would leave play, it becomes spellbound instead. And so...
Oh, if it was... So if we, like, max out damage or horror on a guest, they become spellbound. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
And so we can... Once it becomes our turn, we can just choose to advance the act if we want, right? Don't we have 6... No, we don't have 6 clues.
Oh, I only have 1. You have 3. Yeah,
okay.
we gotta
but if we get 2 more from this location.
Yeah. Which we can probably do. Okay.
Yeah, I have faith in us.
Here you
go. Vicious Ambush. If there are no monster enemies in play, this gains Surge.
Okay.
Otherwise, the nearest enemy would move and attack.
Fun.
And Trap, this one again. So now I could choose Raymond Loggins, or right now I could just cancel it with Raymond Loggins. That seems pretty good.
Seems pretty good.
So...
You know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to buy you a drink.
Yeah.
You can heal a damage.
Nice. I will get rid of my leg injury. Not that I've really needed to move twice, but it's nice to have the option. I think I will spend a Truth from Raymond Loggins, take a Horror, which I'll put on... I'll put it on... We haven't seen anything that gives direct horror to allies yet, huh?
We haven't seen anything. It does feel like a scenario where there would be that. But we haven't seen it.
I'll put it on Raymond Loggins. So.
Okay. I love that my play area is 4 guests and 1 card that I actually play.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you have this giant tableau.
Yeah.
Nauseous Fumes. Revelation in player order. Each investigator at your location. Whoops. Must choose. Test 3 agility to attempt to flee before the gas fills the room. If you succeed, move to a connecting location. If you fail, take 2 damage. Or test 3 combat to attempt to hold your breath. For each point you fail by, take 1 damage. I don't really want to move. So I guess well, but I'm so much better at agility.
Yeah.
I just have to... You have to move to a connecting location. Which is mildly annoying. These do all connect to each other, right? Just double checking. Yeah, they do. Okay. I mean, I guess it's not the end of the world. Like, I can go to the art gallery and get that clue and be away from the Bloodless Man. The Bloodless Man didn't lose aloof or anything, right? Just we can attack him now.
Oh, yes, we can damage him now.
Yeah. Well, and it's actually in player order, so you choose first. Would you like to test agility with 2 damage on the line, and if you succeed, you move? Or test combat for a damage for each point you fail by?
I think I'll take the 1 damage.
It's
Basically 1 damage, because I'm not going to pass the strength test, right?
Well, it's for each point you fail by, take 1 damage.
Oh.
So it's up to 3.
That's a lot worse. Oh, and we now have a reason to damage the Bloodless Man, because if he has 1 or more damage, we can test probably agility 3. If we succeed, we take control.
I thought we had to defeat him to take control of the Pale Lantern. We just have to have some damage on him.
Flip it over, and any investigator may initiate.
And I have Drain Essence, so I kind of don't hate taking a little bit of damage.
Yeah. I may also have that.
I'm actually going to take... I'm going to just take the combat test. Oh, you're first.
Me first.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take the agility test, and you can take the combat test.
Okay.
Oh, and if I move, that'll actually help you. But I'm not going to move.
Nope.
So...
You failed, so you take 2 damage.
Yes.
And I'll go... Well, so then do I want to move, is the question. You are better than me at taking Nova alone. Yeah, I guess I'll take the agility test also. It's a 4 to 3, so I may fail. Curse. There's no reason not to cancel that because it leaves the bag either way. -6.
Wow.
Go figure. All right, I also take 2 damage. Saved myself a 3rd damage by choosing the agility test at least. Okay. That's...
Oh, yeah, I might put 1 damage on myself.
I think you've got the rose for those swapped is why that doesn't fit.
Okay.
All right. Well, that went terribly. We all choked on some nauseous fumes.
Yep.
Okay. So what do we want to do?
It would be nice to deal with this at some point.
Oh yeah, it's a double
annoying
action.
We have to spend an action to move every turn. Or if you want, maybe this would be a good turn for you to evade him.
Remind me, aloof. Even if I exhaust him, we can't attack him, right? You still have to spend an action engaging him to attack him?
Yes.
Even if he's exhausted. Okay. So that's annoying.
But you could engage, attack, and then evade.
Right.
Oh, also, Drain Essence is not an attack. It's a parlay.
Sure. Yeah. I'm just thinking things through. Because I have my British Bulldog, too. Another one.
Yeah.
All right. I will...
Well, I guess, so here's the question. Are you going to evade him this turn?
Yes. I'm definitely going to do that.
Should I go first and click this then?
Oh, because that's affecting me too. Yeah, go ahead then.
Okay, so I'll go first. My first 2 actions will be getting rid of this.
13th vision, go on.
And so you're saying I don't need to leave.
Correct, right? Unless things go horribly wrong for me.
Okay.
In which case things go horribly wrong for all of us. But yeah, if you want to get some clues... Because the objective is just, if we each have a guest and we're on agenda 2, we can spend these clues. So yeah.
So I'm actually going to do something that will hopefully increase our chances of succeeding. I'm going to Painted World Tempt Fate a 3rd time.
Okay.
And a 4th time because I have double.
Oh god.
So I'm going to add 6 and 6 and draw, I guess,
2
one
cards
at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Those are all really good.
What weaknesses are you thinking? Or do you have that order matters?
I mean, I'm just. Oh, there's only 5 curses. Oh shit.
Oh, can you not play Tempt Fate the 2nd time then? Right? Because it's a cost.
You don't. Oh, that is...
Oh, or it's the word then, yeah.
Is there some way... Whoops, okay, I'm going to put those 2 back. So basically, I maybe want to... Oh! Is there... If I did a test and I used Favor of the Moon, then I could do it. because I still have an extra action. Like, this isn't an action. So I should do an action first and use Favor the Moon, I think. And so I'm going to do Tristan Botley, Intellect, and Will. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to parlay this guy.
Nova Malone. Okay.
So I've got Will from Tristan. Botley gets me to 5. Well Connected gets me, this is 12, another 2, so that gets me to 7. I am going to Favor of the Moon. That gets me a resource. And puts me back to 5. I think during the test I can do this double. Oh, but this is still not available because
Nope, not during the test.
That's sad. All right, well, I'll just do it. We'll see what happens. So I'm currently at 5 to 3, right? It's a test 3.
Yeah.
4 of Cups. I forgot about that too.
Oh, 6.
So I was at 6
Yep.
Will, plus 2 for Well Connected is 8. Curse brings me back down to 6. So I'm still plus 3.
Okay. -1.
Hey.
You're good.
Okay.
All right. Take control of Nova.
Cool. And now
the curse is out of the bag.
My,
Oh, here's the -1 for the bag.
Yeah. Now I'll do my double Tempt Fate with Painted World and double. So we put all the curses and 6 of the blesses in here. And I can use Paradoxical on you for your test. So.
Oh, yeah. That'll matter. Okay. I'm just trying to decide which of these cards to use and whether to. I guess there's no reason to. The main reason that I want to engage the Bloodless Man is to trigger Arsene for the card draw. But if I'm spending a whole action to do it just for that reason.
And Bewitching.
And Bewitching, right. Okay. I've drawn several of these. I don't have that many copies to go to dig out of my deck, but that's a good point. Okay, so I will. So then, rather than Persuade or Stall for Time, which doesn't require me to engage him, I think I'll engage the Bloodless Man.
Arsene doesn't require Engage. He just requires Exhausted.
Oh, that's a good point. It's probably not worth it then, just for the Bewitching. Okay, thank you. I'll go ahead and Stall for Time. Stall for Time and Persuasion do the same outcome against an elite enemy, but Stall for Time is easier and cheaper. So, spend 1. Stall for Time. I'm going to parlay. Choose an enemy at my location. Test Willpower X, where X is a chosen enemy's fight or evade value, whichever is lower. So 1. Find Close makes this 0 because it's a parlay.
I mean 2, but it becomes 0 either way.
No. Fight or evade value. Oh, sorry. I was thinking of another card that is looking at the damage and horror. You're right. 2 becomes 0. Thank you. Okay. Curse.
Come on, bless. Yes!
Wow.
Oh, so I get a counter on my Broken Diadem.
Oh, yeah. And I still can't fail this minus the autofill, so there's no reason for you to paradox.
There's no reason
this,
for
I
me to
don't think.
paradox.
All right, let's hopefully I don't keep burning these. Well, there's Curse. And can you do it again?
No, it's just after school test ends in which both of us are revealed.
0. All right,
That's hilarious. That's
here's all your
zeroest
damn
of all
tokens.
zeros.
Yeah. Okay, so it exhausts the chosen enemy. Since it is not non-elite, it does not lock down for multiple turns. Okay. You've already taken your turn.
Yeah.
That was my free action. I have 3 left. Because I could drain Essence to get some damage on him and then grab the Lantern.
Yeah, which we still don't know is our goal, but it's probably our goal.
Yeah, we still don't know what's on the other side of the Pale Lantern. So we don't, and this is fun. It's also kind of flavorful. Like, we don't know what happens to us when we grab it.
We do probably need some more clues, because I'm guessing if we advance, it will probably say we need to grab the Pale Lantern.
You're probably right. I think I want to grab it, though. You're the clue getter.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am going to... Alright, so first real action, I will spend 2 to drain essence. This is the one... oh, wait, no, this is chosen enemy's fight value. Oh, boy. Okay. This is actually, like, reasonably high, because his fight value is 4. Find close reduces it to 2 that I have to beat. So, what'll I pitch...
You can also use Miranda, right, to help?
I was actually hoping to do that on the Pale Lantern itself. Oh, it doesn't exhaust her to do it. I could just kind of burn through her this turn. I guess that's fine. Sure, I will have her give me the +1. It puts a antiquity on the location. And I have +2. Okay, I feel fine about that then. So, 5 to 2. Do I feel fine about that? I don't feel super fine about it. I'm going to put in... watch this. I don't need more resources. I'm not going to gamble them. I just put back on. I have 8 resources.
Coward.
Curse. My false
But
bonus
just do a
is
plus,
exhausted, right?
and I have Paradoxical.
Easy. Uh-oh, another curse.
Alright, just do a plus, and I have Paradoxical.
-2. That's -6 total. I think I'm fucked. Yeah, that failed. Okay.
Oof, what jerk put in
Yeah.
all those curses?
Seriously. Son of a bitch. Okay. Well, that didn't work to get damage on him. I have 2 actions left.
Were you just punching, by the way?
I was using Drain Essence.
You were using Drain.
Yeah.
Okay.
None of these do damage. None of my guests. So, yeah, I guess I will... Well, before I leave, Arsene, there's an exhausted enemy at my location, so I can use one of these antiquities to draw a card.
Nice.
Phew. This is fine. Oh, you're not leaving.
No.
So we need to deal with the Bloodless Man again next turn.
Yep.
So why not kick the Hornet's Nest? Hornet's Nest, right?
What does that do?
It searches the top 9 cards of the encounter deck for a non-elite enemy, spawns it engaged with me, and then discovers a clue at my location and gains X resources, where X is that enemy's health value.
But do you have a way to deal with that enemy?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Quite a few.
And you have more actions.
Yes. All I've done is Drain Essence, I think.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
What's the worst
So I
that
drew
could
kicking the Hornet's Nest. I'm going to kick it. So, it costs 0. I'm going to search the top 9 cards for a non-elite enemy. I found some. A Gug. Horror dealt by this Gug must be assigned to guest assets if able. Or the Lantern Club member. You can spend a resource to parlay this. Except we can't parlay with them, right?
We cannot remove Doom from them. Oh, no, we cannot parlay Lantern Club enemies. Is it Lantern Club?
Yes. So I think that during Agenda 1 you needed to parlay them as that's how you get rid of them, and now you just fuck them up. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to choose a Lantern Club member. So this engages me. Shuffle the encounter deck. I discover a clue at my location and gain 2 resources since it has 2 health. And I shuffle the encounter deck. Okay. This is fine. This is good. I got a clue. Look at me go.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now I am going to spend a whopping 3 to stir the pots. I'm going to choose an enemy at my location, parlay, test Intellect X, where X is the chosen enemy's combined damage and horror values. If I succeed, I deal 2 damage to each enemy at my location, and if I succeed by 2 or more, I can disengage from each enemy and move to a connecting location. So I am testing against 0 after Find Close.
Nice.
My intellect is 4. I guess that's it. I'm not further boosting this. There's another curse. And a -1. -3. I succeed by 1, so I don't trigger the secondary effect of Stir the Pot.
Nice.
But I did 2 damage to both of these, defeating the Lantern Club member and getting some damage on the Bloodless Man, which was sort of what I was setting out to do. Okay, that's my turn.
Cool.
So the Bloodless Man readies, and we upkeep.
Yep.
Okay, 1 doom on, what's the threshold on there? 6 on agenda 2. Okay. Go ahead and draw your encounter when ready.
Interrogate. Test will 2, gets +2 if a rival enemy is in play. Bloodless Man is not a rival. So I would just lose 3 resources if I fail this. This seems pretty inconsequential. That one.
Whoa, do you fail.
Do I? If you
-4.
fail, or if the Bloodless Man is at your location.
Take a horror.
Do I fail?
You.
I do fail by 1, I
Yeah.
guess.
So you take a horror and you lose 3 resources.
Okay.
And I also got Interrogate. Okay, so this is just 3 versus 2. I'm not too sad about losing 3 resources, so I'll auto-fail. Alright. 3 resources gone. Okay,
I can kill some stuff if need. Oh, okay. So we got new enemies. So Nova Malone. Every turn I can fight at base 7 because it's
whoa.
It's equal to the number of resources max 7, which I'm always gonna have 7.
Oh
hopefully.
shit! And it deals
then
plus
deals
1
1
damage.
damage.
That's great.
So I could punch the Bloodless Man. We should.
He also has damage on him, so we could go for the lantern. I feel like that should be like first action of the turn.
Yeah, so I can be agility 6 pretty easily, and then I have well connected could get me to 8.
I like those odds.
Okay, so why don't I go first?
Yeah, there's no downside to trying. I could pitch you an icon to make you up by 6.
Actually,
but I'm not
oh my
seeing a
god,
reason why.
I can get really high.
Did you think about Tristan yet as your turn starts?
Yeah. So I counted that, I think, when I was talking about it. So agility and intellect.
Yeah, get us some clues.
I'm going to play Hot Streak, which is +7 resources, and I'm going to double it, so it's 14 resources. We might need more resource things, because I only see 12 here.
Well, here, just put a Doom in your tray as a 10.
Alright, so that is a 10, and then another 3 and 1. So I'm at 10 plus 12, that's 22, 25.
Double the hot streak, that's incredible.
So I'm at 25 resources, so well connected is +5. And so, yeah, I'll use it on this, I guess. So
okay.
+5, and I was already at 6 agility, so I'm at 11 agility.
I like that.
-2.
I think you did it. Okay, take control of it and flip it over.
Beguiling Aura. The other side was Hypnotic Glow. This is
okay.
Beguiling Aura. I can click to flip over a spellbound card at your location.
Oh, you can despellify.
I can click to exhaust it, test Fist or Agility 2. If you succeed, place a damage on it. Then if there's 4 damage on it, you break it and add it to the victory display, ignoring its forced effect, and flip over each spellbound card. Force, when it would leave play, flip it over and attach it to its location instead, and it's victory 1. Okay. I assume adding it to the victory display is not leaving play. Oh yeah, because it says ignoring its forced effect. Okay.
So it can save spellbound guests, but eventually we would like to break it.
Yeah.
And you have to do that 4 times. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, and interesting. So this, if it leaves play, attaches to its location. But before it wasn't attached to its location, it was attached to the Bloodless Man?
Correct.
Okay. And we don't even know why, if we necessarily want to break it at this point. I mean,
we know we want to break it because we get 3 points.
Okay. But I still feel like let's not break it until we at least advance the act.
I agree. Yeah.
What if there's something we have to do?
Speaking of which, if you just get a clue with your last action, you could advance the act.
Yeah. So Don't I have... No, yeah, because Hot Streak was an action. And you're going to evade this guy. I'm going to...
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so I'm going
That'll be fine. I'll figure something out.
I will read the signs. So I'll spend 2 resources, add my agility value, or my will value, so it's pretty high. Zero. So
Nice.
you definitely get 2 clues.
And then let me read this objective again. We just have to each have a guest. The agenda is 2 or 3. We may spend the number of clues. There's no timing for it. So I haven't acted yet. Do we want to do it now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So I'll spend 2 and you spend 4.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Contacts acquired. You and your contact meet with several guests who each confirm that the jewel was taken by Declan Pierce from the display case in the ballroom. Furthermore, strange sounds have begun to emanate from the second floor of the manor. Choose one of the set-aside second floor locations at random. Put it in play directly above the lobby. So we'll put this up.
I didn't expect it to be one location. Interesting. Yep. There it is.
For the rest of the game, this location is connected to the lobby and vice versa. Put the other 2 2 set-aside locations into play in a row to the right of the other ones. So,
okay.
Put the set-aside rival story card into play next to the agenda, rival side face up.
All right.
Follow its setup text and read Interlude the Fabled Jewel.
Okay. So our rival was the Miskatonic University, recall?
Yep.
The eggheads at the Miskatonic University seem to think this jewel belongs in their museum. Perhaps you can help them see reason. Setup. Shuffle the set-aside Confusion Treachery into the encounter deck. Here it is. If you don't mind shuffling that. Put the set-aside Caldwell Phillips card into play at the lead investigator's location. So this would be their leader, but enemy side face up.
Yep.
So Caldwell Phillips, compelled by dreams, is aloof, a hunter, cannot be damaged. Forced when you end your turn at this location, choose and discard a non-weakness card from your hand. So he cannot be damaged. He just drains our hand if we end our turn with him. As an action, if Caldwell Phillips is at your location, parlay. Test intellect 3. If you succeed, place one of your clues on this story card. One of your clues on this story card. Okay. Forced, when there are 1 + n clues on this story card, add it and Caldwell Phillips to the victory display. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for confusion and remove it from the game. Shuffle the encounter deck. So we need to do that 3 times to get him out of play.
Okay.
All right.
So I guess we should have advanced on your turn.
Oh, because you're about to end your turn there?
Yeah.
Damn, yeah. No way of knowing that, I guess.
Yeah.
But didn't it say... It said to read the interlude also,
Oh, yeah,
right?
we gotta read the interlude.
Yeah, okay. Your contact has further instructions for how to acquire the jewel. We put the set-aside faction story card you allied with into play next to the axe deck. Allied say it face up. If you allied with the Syndicate, shuffle the top card of the encounter deck, the set-aside Jewel of Sarnath asset. That's somewhere. Where was the Jewel of Sarnath? I know I set it aside. I'll find it in a second. Let me finish reading this. And the Declan Pierce enemy together, then randomly place 1 face down beneath each second floor location as mysteries. That and advance to Act 2A. Okay.
So looking for the jewel and Declan.
Where they're together, I'm pretty sure. Where in the world did I put that?
Must be some other area.
I'll just hit the pause button and we'll find it and maybe take a rest or break and stuff too.
Yeah.
Found it. Jewel of Sarnath, Declan Pierce, 1 encounter card, shuffled and assigned to these second floor rooms. Would you put one of those under each location?
Yep.
And then the Syndicate card says, It's job and nothing more. If you can abscond with a jewel, you know you'll be handsomely rewarded. As an action, spend N clues, 2 clues. Look at a mystery, a face-down card, beneath your location. As a fast ability, during your turn, if there are N or fewer clues on a location with a mystery, draw that mystery. So we can draw the mystery if there's 2 or less clues there. Objective, find the Jewel of Sarnath and escape. At the end of the round, if an investigator at the lobby controls the Jewel of Sarnath, investigators may spend 4 times the number of players' clues as a group to advance the act. And then it says here, end of game scoring. 1 point per 3 N resources among all investigators. Hey, we're good at that.
Yeah.
So if we complete that objective... Oh, wait, I guess the act is about to say, like, refer to the story card, right? Because this is it advances the act. So I guess whether or not we complete the objective, end game scoring, every 6 resources between us is a point.
Nice.
Okay, I feel like that worked out well. Surprise! The rogue alliance worked out well for the rogue team.
The act is finding the jewel. You must help your contact and their associates, no matter the cost. Guest assets do not take up ally slots. As an action, choose a guest asset and a skill icon at your location. Parlay test 3. If you succeed, take control. Same as before. Objective, complete the objective on your faction story card and try to accomplish as many tasks as you can. Okay, so that act actually basically it says nothing. But so we want to find the jewel. We want to have 8 clues, escape through the lobby, and we want to score as many points as possible, which is mostly like guess, clues, clearing things of clues and getting resources.
Yes. We've not done a great job of clearing locations of clues. Interestingly, we've been given no reason whatsoever to go into the Lantern Chamber. Maybe that's just a difference. Maybe other factions care more about it.
Yeah, and it's actually interesting that like we got this lantern, and so far, other than the fact that we can break it for a victory point and some extra points, we don't necessarily... I was sort of expecting like an act to tell us to do with it, but I don't know, maybe not.
I'm guessing that other faction, because our objective, basically our Act 2 objective came from our alliance, so there's 4 other different objectives that could be here. I'm guessing that at least one of them involves the Lantern Chamber. So I'm not really foreseeing us going there.
Yeah.
Like, why would we?
All right, so unfortunately, because we advanced before the end of my turn, I have to deal with this nerd who's demanding that I return my library book. So he's requiring 1 card as a late fee, so I will discard a Robes of Endless Night.
Okay, what do we think happens when we defeat the Bloodless Man? He flips and heals all but 6 damage. It's ominous.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would definitely appreciate you evading him, because otherwise he'll...
Spellbind all these? Yeah, no, I'm believe me, I'm on the same page with you. I have 4 guests. Before I forget again, though, which I have so far, let me just use Prudence. It says during your turn, spend 1 portent and look at the top 4 cards of the encounter deck. Discard up to 2 of them and put the rest back on top in any order. So, ooh. Ho ho! I don't think we'll be wanting to fight this Dreamlands monster that gets +1 fight and +1 evade for each guest at its location. Oof. I think I will be discarding that.
Yeah.
And Mind Extraction, the one that can make the Bloodless Man take the lantern back, also feels pretty bad. So I'll discard that. I think I'm just going to have you draw Violent Commands, which makes you deal 2 damage to an investigator at your location to get rid of it.
Oh yeah, that's
and
like
I'll give myself a pretty weak enemy.
Okay.
All right. So, boy, Caldwell Phillips is annoying. I think I'm just going to go evade the Bloodless Man. I want to start blasting him, but I can't finish off the Bloodless Man and get away from Caldwell Phillips.
Yeah, and we don't even know what happens if you finish out the Bloodless Man, too. So
Also scary, yeah. I mean, it could be that we don't need... Well, I mean, it is still an objective for points to have him in the victory display, right? But also, there's another, probably some faction's objective involves, right, flipping and defeating him.
Plus, it's like, we would flip him. We don't know when we flip him. Maybe he's, like, deals more damage, you know?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, these don't mention the jewel. I was wondering if, like, each of these point sources is kind of just, like, also someone's objective. I think you just have to do
the jewel to succeed.
Yeah.
Do you even score if you don't succeed?
I don't know because I haven't read the resolutions, so I don't know what they say. Like if you essentially
maybe it's
lose
just
the scenario,
you need the jewel to succeed, and you don't get any points.
Everything else is gravy. Yeah. Oh man, this deck is not working as smoothly as I would like it to. All the enemies in play are elite, so no one to beguile. Okay, I guess I am just going to persuade him. Let's persuade him. I'm going to choose the Bloodless Man, testing intellect, in this case, 1 because of my fine clothes. 3 plus 1 for his horror value, so 2. This is not as easy as I want it to be.
You could just engage and evade him also. Like,
my odds of that are not much better. I don't have any skill boosts in play. Where's my fox mask when I need it? I'll use the last supply from Miranda to add +2 here, and it'll put an antiquity on the location.
Yep.
Okay, so 6 to 2. -1. All right. So, because it's elite, it doesn't get shuffled in, which is what persuasion usually does. It's just evaded. Now, since there's an exhausted enemy at my location, Arsene will steal one of these antiquities and draw me a card. Hello.
Do you want to steal the other one to gain 2 resources, or
that doesn't have to exhaust. In this case, actually, sure, because I am kind of low on resources. I have 2 actions left. No, that was a parlay. I have 3 actions left.
Yep.
I'm going to play a lucky cigarette case. About time. Yep. Finally, some card draw. I don't have a clue. And I don't know that I'm very well equipped to get one here. Let me,
Oh, you could start working on this guy.
I don't have clues.
Oh, you have to have clues?
You have to spend one of your clues when you do it. Yeah, if Caldwell Phillips is at your location parlay, if you succeed, place one of your clues on the story card. And I don't have a great way to get those clues at the moment.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it is. So I think the lobby has low shroud clues, and eventually we'll want to go to the second floor room, so I think I will move there.
Okay.
And I still have 1 action left. I guess to just...
And there was something that said that the lobby is connected to the second floor, right?
Yes.
I feel like
definitely something that you read, yeah. I was a little bit unclear whether the one card that it said to put above it is the connected one. I kind of think that's what it meant.
I think it's only the one that's above.
Okay, so this is connected, and then that connects to those 2.
Otherwise, if it was meant to be connected to all of them, they would just put a heart.
You're right. Okay. I also could spend 2 resources to spawn a guest here and try to collect it.
True.
But I don't have as many resources as...
Yeah, I could do that later, too.
I would like, yeah. For now, I think I'm just going to draw a card.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good card. Okay.
Nice.
All right. That's it.
All right.
Bloodless Man readies. Caldwell Phillips hunts, but you are at his location. And we go to upkeep.
Sounds good. Oh, I'm going to drink before the turn ends.
Oh, sure.
I'll heal horror off of logins. It can be a guest asset.
I was checking actually whether it could be a horror because I fixated on the damage because he had that leg injury.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Now I get that back for upkeep.
Man, I've made no use of Bewitching.
Oh, I got another weakness. So many weaknesses.
Oh, boy.
Randomly choose an event beneath Safina, remove it from the game. And then if my deck has... Ooh, it does get shuffled back in.
Yeah, Stars of Hyades gets shuffled back in.
All right, you want to choose one?
Oh, it's your Ward of Radiance.
Okay.
And top of a new round, we will add a Doom to the agenda, and here you go.
Yeah, Ward of Radiance a little less important with my Raymond logins.
That's true.
But Ward of Radiance could have been done on you, which is nice. Surprise! Violent commands. Let me think if I want to logins this. So it's click to deal 2 damage, and I can, at the end of the turn, most of it. Yeah, I think I'll just spend one of these and take a horror to cancel this.
Cool.
I'll put the horror.
I drew a Lantern Club member. So, speaking of Bewitching not doing much, Bewitching's going to do something.
Hey, finally.
So, I know that I have no more Beguiles or Persuasions in my deck. I have 15 cards. I'm trying to decide whether to go for a Vamp to thin my deck or just take a Persuasion. I think I'm going to look for a Vamp. So, exhaust this to draw one attached card or search the top 9 cards of your deck for a copy of an attached card. I think Vamp is the only thing I could find.
You can't find any more Beguiles? Because there's 3 in the deck.
I have 2 in my hand.
Ah.
I did find a Vamp, though.
Nice.
Okay. Our turns.
Nice. Wait, did I do... Oh, yeah. I canceled.
Canceled your treachery, yeah. Okay, well, I can fuck up this Lantern Club member.
You could bewitch him, too. Or beguile him.
That's true. Send it to go get clues. That's probably the play, yeah. Let's go.
Sure.
This is fast. Okay. Beguile, the Lantern Club member. So this lets me use an action to parlay to move the attached enemy to a revealed connecting location or perform a basic investigate or evade action at its location. If you fail a skill test doing this, Beguile goes away. I could also send... the Lantern Club member can just lock down the Bloodless Man, huh? That's insane.
Yeah, but we can just keep moving, too.
I mean, but, like, literally, the test to evade the Bloodless Man is 0 difficulty.
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably... I mean, I guess here's the question. Do we want to try to kill the Bloodless Man?
Probably at some point.
It's not an objective. It is points.
Well, it's sort of an objective, yeah. We probably will at some point.
Okay. I mean, I guess...
I think that's probably good. We get... How many points do we get if we clear the art gallery?
1 point per location that we clear.
So that's something.
Okay. Then I will send the Lantern Club member there. That's my free parlay action, so I've still spent 0 actions.
Yep.
And I will have it investigate. So this is a 4 versus 1.
Mm-hmm.
-1.
Nice.
Okay. So that's going to get that clue. I also could spend this antiquity for 2 resources, and I'm actually pretty low on resources, so I think I will.
Wait.
That's using Miranda.
But it's absolutely a skill test by 2 or more move. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The skill test doesn't have to be a location. Okay.
The antiquity just has to be at my location. Yep. Okay. So
you
one
can
action
also do
down.
this bullshit for resources also.
Yeah. That's true. And I guess I might as well keep using Prudence. I feel like this keeps us in pretty good shape, and then we can cruise to the end when I'm out of those because we're in such good shape. So I'll go ahead and spend Portent from Prudence to look at the top 4 cards. This is not so bad. I don't want us to lose the Lantern. So you're just going to cancel something? basically. Okay.
Probably.
All right, I'm gonna get rid of the enemy and the thing that can lose us the lantern. Oh wait. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna send you a secret door that you may want to cancel, and I'm gonna give myself a violent command this time. Oh wait. Never mind. I'll also leave this power on top, and then use Thomas to guess that there's a power on top.
Okay.
Whoa! I got 2 resources. I'm so smart.
You're pretty smart.
Hell yeah. All right. Then I think I'm just going to investigate the lobby. Try to get another clue. So I'm up by 2. It kind of is what it is. It's a curse. I'll cancel that. Try again. -1. Okay, got
Nice.
the clue. Now I guess I kind of want to chill here, let Caldwell go to me, and then work on clearing him. I don't have a 3rd clue, though.
I could maybe do one on him.
Okay. Yeah, so
Do
maybe...
we get points for clearing him, or is it just nice because he's...
we get...
4 points of a rival story card. Is that would that put the rival story card in there?
The yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
so we
seems
do want to
right.
do that. We get 4
Okay.
points if we do that, yeah.
Cool. I think I can help with that.
So then my... I don't want to move up to a 2nd floor room last action because 2 of those 3 face down things or one's an encounter card and one's we know is a story enemy. I guess I'm just going to draw a card. Also not a good last action thing to do, but oh good. Well, I drew Zamakona. It's my signature weakness, 3/3/3 elusive. It spawns at the nearest empty location if able. I can't parlay with it, and the first time I parlay each round, it gains a doom. So I guess I'll send it to the ballroom where one of us
You could also
can
send
go.
it up there.
Where then suddenly we might have 2 enemies on us? Actually, maybe that's not the end of the world. Yeah. Oh, except we don't reveal these when we go in. We have to spend clues, right?
So we can deal with Zamakona first.
During your turn, if there's... once... we can draw the mystery once there's 2 or fewer clues on the location.
Yeah.
So presumably those have 4 clues or more.
And I think they're considered empty, right? Like
I believe right now they would be, yeah.
Okay.
That's it for me, finally.
All right. So I'm going to first action. So I need to move out of here this turn, right? Because Bloodless Man's here.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess first. Tristan Botley, intellect and I guess willpower. I'll start by investigating. I think that's probably the more important one because...
Yeah, let's get the clue.
Yeah. And I'll use well connected, so it's up by a lot.
Up by 3. Not a huge a lot.
Yeah, because I'm not all that great at...
Oh, no, sorry. No, I was forgetting that Doom token is a 10. Okay. You're up by 5. Or you added +5 with that.
Yeah, and I was 3 with Tristan Botley versus 3, so...
Okay.
Less. Ooh. I think...
You're just going to paradox it with the curse?
Well, I think I want to get the diadem. I'm excited.
Oh,
to
right.
trigger diadem.
Yes.
So I'm going to use this, which
Nice.
gets me another resource. And I don't even think I necessarily need to use paradoxical. I think I'm just going to... I'm up 5. So I can probably just keep going.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can keep going. It'll be fine. What could go wrong?
No, I'll use it. But I'll reveal anyway.
Stop drawing, right? Oh.
I think you're allowed to keep going if you want.
Sure, okay.
Okay. Oh, that was dumb.
Yeah, now it's gone.
Now I'll stop trying. But I do get another broken diadem. And
you succeeded. You got the clue.
I got the clue. I could try to succeed, but it's an intellect 3. I would only be 3. So I think I'll move. And then maybe I'll use well connected next turn. As my last action, I'm going to play Ritual Candles. So that's real good with all this bullshit.
Yeah.
Or actually, actually, because I want to use double every turn. So my last action, I'm going to do Safina to draw Tempt Fate. I'm going to double Tempt Fate.
All right, you have 6 curses you can put in?
Yeah, I do have 6 curses and 6 bless. And I'll draw...
The bag is real full again.
Yep, you love to see it. So, that is, I think I played Tempt Fate 6 times now.
It sounds right. Yeah. Okay. Was that it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Lantern Club member just chills, actually, until it receives more orders from me. Caldwell and the Bloodless Man both hunt us.
Oh, and this fit.
And then we can upkeep. And Doom number 3 out of 6 on the agenda. Here you go.
Still upkeeping. Jesus, this Star of Hyades removes.
Oh no!
My last thing.
And shuffles back in.
Definitely still have more than, yeah, that I hate the weaknesses that shuffle. It's
yeah.
so painful. So now if I draw it, it's a damage and a horror.
Boy.
Yeah.
And it's even when you're out of cards, it shovels back in. And when you're out of cards under Safina.
Secret door, attached location of the most investigators. We cannot leave. Test will 3 or book 3, or I could just cancel this. Were you thinking I should probably just cancel this?
I was leaning towards it, but up to you.
Sure. I'll cancel. So I'll spend 1. Gotta take a horror.
Ain't no secret door here.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to drink last turn, so I'll say that I had drank and killed a horror, and then I'll...
Sure.
Take horror.
Okay. I wish I could send the Lantern Club member to buy me drinks. Alright. Oh, wait. I need to draw mine. It is Violent Commands. This is that same treachery. I have to deal 2 damage to Investigator at my location to discard it, or at the end of my turn I test Willpower 3, and if I fail, take 1 horror. Okay. I'm my lucky cigarette case. It is time to get some shit done. Okay. Caldwell Phillips is a 4 versus 1 to spend a clue, parlay him. So I kind of want to make some progress on that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And I can probably do 1.
Oh wait, I can't parlay. Or I could, if I parlay, it puts Doom on my weakness. So I guess I gotta just go deal with that.
Oh, I could probably kill your weakness.
I could too. I have a sleight of hand and a gun.
Why don't I go first though? Because I feel like it's maybe more beneficial for you to do some parlays.
Okay.
Plus, he's elusive, so you have to do 3 damage in 1, which I can do, and I don't know that you can.
I forgot about that. You're right. I would not be doing 3 in 1 hit.
So, okay. First, Tristan Botley. Let's do Fist and Intellect. And we do want me to do 1 parlay here, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't add Doom for me to parlay. So I'm going to Well Connected. So my Intellect is 3 because of Tristan. Well Connected is +5 because I've got 26 resources.
Wait, I'm sorry. What test is this again? What are you doing?
I'm doing a parlay in Caldwell.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Curse. Draw a bless.
Bless.
Another curse. You want me to cancel that?
You might want to cancel.
Yeah, we want you to succeed. Sure. False Covenant cancels that.
Thanks.
Elder Sign.
I have nothing to draw.
Oh, that's what Safina
Or no,
Sign does?
yeah, that's...
well, you pass at least.
Yep. Yeah, it's a +3, so I definitely pass.
Okay, so place one of your clues on the rival story card.
Okay. As my second action, I'll move up to the second floor. The second floor is eerily silent. I'm in the library.
That's fitting for the eerily silent, yeah.
And also these nerds that are chasing us. So you
6
get +1
clues.
skill value while parlaying at this location. Fast action. If the Jewel of Sarnath is at this location, test book 3. If you succeed, either place 1 damage on the Jewel of Sarnath or remove a token from it. Group limit once per game, and it's victory 1.
So my theory is then that the Jewel, other storylines would be like the Jewel is evil, you have to smash it. But that's not ours. We want to steal it.
Yeah.
So we don't want to damage the Jewel.
Anyway, we got Zamakona here.
Yep.
So let's spend 2 resources to play Spectral Razor. So my fight is 3 because of Tristan. I add my will, which is 5. So I'm at 8 to 3. And it will kill if it hits.
That all seems good to me.
So, yeah. And I'll get 2 resources in a card draw if I kill it. Because of Nova Malone and Johnny Valone. And oh, you know what? I'm also going to fast out. I'm going to spend 1 to fast out Favor of the Moon.
Okay.
Seal 3 curses. So that way if I get a bless, I can do a curse, but otherwise I don't have to do a curse. Cool. So, is there anything else?
+5 is pretty good.
Yeah, there's 1 -6.
Yeah.
And everything else, I don't story.
I guess this is the one that looks at the number of story assets at your location, but that should only be
1, 2, 3,
4.
That would be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you're fine. Bless. Are you doing it?
Hell yeah. So
Favor of the Moon.
Paradoxical and Broken Diadem.
Hell yeah.
So many things happen. Okay. So Twilight Diadem. So this will have 3 things because I had the 3 offerings on Broken Diadem.
Mm-hmm.
When I reveal a Bless or Curse, I can spend 1 of those to treat it as an Elder Sign instead. Which unfortunately is not as good now that I have no cards under her. But still, I get to treat, especially curses, as Elder Signs. Then, also, so Zamakona goes to your discard.
Thank you.
Nova Malone says after you defeat an enemy, gain a resource. Johnny Valone says after you gain a resource, draw a card and gain a resource.
Oh, wow.
So I will gain 2 resources and draw a card.
It's pretty good.
Also
your weakness?
I think I've maybe got all my resources. Also, this is upgraded Spectral Razor, which says if a symbol is revealed during this attack, return it to your hand at the end of the turn.
Oh, damn.
So I will get that back. And I think this is the end of my turn because I parlayed, moved, and attacked. So
cool. That was great.
Back to hand. Oh, I could double, but no more enemies.
Damn, you hate to see it. Okay, so I want to ideally double parlay Caldwell. Just
That'd be
finish
great.
that off and
Yeah.
then probably move up there. Okay, I will start by parlaying Caldwell Phillips. So with my final close, that's difficulty 1. I have 4. I don't think I need this Faustian Bargain. I'll just pitch it to go up 1.
What?
So I'm at 5.
We don't have enough curses, though.
Well, there is.
I guess now that I
yeah.
got my diadem off, yeah.
Now we can chill with the curses a little bit. Hand me the bag, please. All right. It's a curse.
Oh, stop taking him out.
It's a bless.
God damn it. How dare you?
I can't help it. It's a -1. All right, so I succeed. I'll put a clue on the rival card. That was free. Also, I succeeded by 2. I'm going to go ahead and lucky cigarette case.
Nice.
For 2. Leg injury or sleight of hand? Tough call. Although, part of me wants to just get the leg injury out of the way. But I guess I can't easily go back to the bar room and heal it. Okay, and then I will do it again. I don't...
Oh, wait. What happened to... So
What? The clues go on here.
Oh, it goes on there,
Yeah.
not there. Okay, that's why I was like... Wait.
I'll just go ahead and pitch a Beguile. There's not enough enemies for all these Beguiles. So I'm up by 4 again on this parlay. Cultists. -X. X is the number of story assets at your location. 4? I think that worked.
Seems like
Yeah.
it's not an asset. Oof.
All right.
You totally did that intentionally, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I ran the numbers. That's what I landed on. Okay. 3 clues. Forced. If there's 1 plus 2 for the number of players. Clues on the story card. Add it and Caldwell Phillips to the victory display. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for confusion and remove it from the game. Shuffle the encounter deck. Yeah, I don't think we drew confusion.
There.
It was coming up, yeah. This would make us drop clues.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Done.
Points scored. Did he have victory? Oh, victory 0. Damn. All right. That was a parlay freebie action and then another action. So I have 2 left. As much as I... Do I get another guest? How greedy am I? It's fast to summon a guest.
Yeah.
Then I could grab it and run.
That's pretty good.
But do we think I would succeed? I guess... What's the downside there?
The other thing is, do you want to deal with this, or are you okay with?
Oh, the violent
probably
commands.
I mean, maybe the horror is fine.
No, I probably should just clear it. You're probably right. But we get a point. We get a point if I get another guest.
I'm all for points.
Plus, they're cool and good. I'm doing a guest.
All right.
All right. Spending 2 resources. Someone is fashionably late. Reveal the top card of the guest deck and put it here. It is Sarah Van Shaw, the Lodge Warden. With her, as an action, you can spend up to 2 resources and exhaust her to fight. Add your willpower to your skill value for this attack for each resource spent. This deals +1 damage. It said spend up to 2 resources. That's pretty cool. That would be attacking at 5 plus and doing extra damage. I would love that. So I'm gonna try to meet her. I'm gonna parlay her. Fine clothes reduces the difficulty to 1. My agility is 4. I don't really love pitching. Oh wait, yes I do love pitching one of these cards. Fine clothes. Don't need another one of those. Okay, so I'm up by 4 for this. Oops, I gotta put that back in. How about a tablet? -3, -5 instead if you're at a private location. What's the lobby? Not
Can't
private.
imagine the lobby is private.
No, you're right. So we've done it. Sarah
my
Van Shaw.
location's private.
Yeah, the upstairs are private. Oh, and so is the lantern chamber. Okay. All right, then I just have an action left to get away from the bloodless mask.
Nice.
Bloodless man, rather. And that's my turn.
Okay.
So
And
he hunts us.
Yep.
And Lantern Club member stays where they are. We are just going to go to upkeep. Oops, I drew from the encounter deck. There's my card.
That'd be a terrible upkeep.
It would.
Jesus. I fell asleep.
Oh no. Well, at least I'm at your location.
Hey, maybe the treachery will damage me. Which
Yeah, we can hope. Doom number 4 on the agenda, and then here you go.
Oh, okay.
Is it going to?
It Very likely will. Test agility 4.
Sorry, really quick. I forgot to test willpower 3 for my violent commands. Oh. I fail miserably, so I'm going to take a horror.
Oh yeah, that was like -8 or something, because now you have more my story assets as well.
Here you go. Yeah, so Inexplicable Cold. Test agility 4 for each point you fail by. You must either discard a card from your play area or hand or take a damage.
Yeah, so hopefully I'll fail by like 1. Knowing me, I'll probably succeed and be annoyed.
A bless.
Fucking hell.
Skull? Minus
Skulls?
X. X is 1 plus the current agenda number. That's only -3. I think you did succeed.
I think I succeeded by 0.
Really? Oh, wow.
+2 -3, and I was +1.
Wow, okay. You did it.
Yeah.
Just when you didn't want to. I drew Terrorgate. There is no longer a rival enemy in play, so I don't have to boost the...
Did that ever come
strength
up when a rival enemy was in play?
No.
I feel like we drew it a bunch before.
We drew it before and then immediately drew it as soon as he was gone. Okay, I lose 3 resources if I fail this. I'm not going to invest in passing it. I'm up by 1. Curse.
You cancel, or...?
I don't even care. I'd rather save the False Covenant for the round, I think. 0. Well, if I canceled it, I would have passed this. That's fine. I lose 3 resources. Alright. Our turn. So we need to get 4 of those clues in order to access the mystery. The Shroud is so high, and there's nothing to parlay, that I don't feel very capable.
We have the Bloodless Man on this as well.
Oh, yeah. Should we just fuck him up?
Maybe.
I'm happy to fuck him up. Can I go first and fuck him up?
Sure.
Alright. Sleight of hand.
Then I started blasting.
Yep. Put an item asset into play from your hand. At the end of your turn, if it's still in play, return it to your hand. It is a British Bulldog.
Oh, wait.
Yes?
It's fine. We'll keep going, but...
Okay. So I'm going to blast.
Yep.
I'm going to use my agility and add +2. So it's 6 to 4. That's not as high as I wish it was. Well, for this one, I'll go ahead and manual dexterity. So it's 8 to 4.
Is it an agility test?
It is.
Oh, you may use. Got it. Yeah.
And I am. And I ignore the aloof keyword for this text, so I don't have to engage him. Okay, so 8 to 4. Bless. 10 to 4. 0. Alright, there goes a bless.
Okay.
And blasted him for +1 damage, so.
Okay.
4 out of 6.
Oh, by the way, can you wake me up?
Forgot about that. Yes, I'll plan to wake you up.
Can you wake me up now, actually? Because I can play cards on you if I'm awake.
Fine. Wake up.
All right, thanks.
All right, third action. I'll attack again. I'm only up by 2. I'm not seeing Bianca Decatz being that useful at this point, so I'm going to pitch her for her icon. So I'm up by 3. Bless, up by 5. 0. Same outcome. Okay. I have 6 damage on him. Yeah.
Unleashed!
Oh, okay.
So it has 12 total health, but it says heal all but 6 damage from him.
6 is what was on him. Okay.
He's a hunter. He's a massive. After
massive
enemy attacks you, remove a guest asset you control from the game, ignoring the agenda's forced effect. It's 2 health, 1 will.
Okay.
Yikes. So you want to put 6 damage on him, and it's like it's a crazy like monster. It's an abomination.
Sure is. Okay. Yep. That's hideous. All right. Well, I have good news.
Yep.
I can vamp.
Nice.
I'm going to spend 1 resource to play vamp. I guess I just engaged an enemy, right? It's massive.
The massive rolls are really confusing. I'm not sure if it counts, but you definitely...
I'm considered engaged with it.
You attacked before, right? Did you bewitch them?
I didn't engage it.
You didn't?
My gun ignores aloof.
Oh. I think massive, like, there's never a point at which you engage.
You're telling me I can't seduce this tentacled monstrosity?
Yeah, like, massive is really weird. Like, the stuff that's, like, when you engage, I think doesn't count.
Alright, if you say so.
And it's like a when you engage thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you engage an enemy.
I'm like 80% sure you can't, and I definitely think it's like a grim roll. Like,
fine. Okay. Well,
Vamp is still really good.
Vamp, Fine Clothes reduces all the... So this is Vamp level 3. This reduces all the tests to 0. So first I'm testing... it says you may test. So I'll skip the test that could remove a doom from the enemy. So the intellect test, -1, I pass. I discover a clue at the enemy's location.
Hell yeah.
Then I'm testing agility. Skull. I mean, it's 0 difficulty, so I automatically evade the enemy. If it was not elite, it would also move. And for combat, bless. And 0. Okay, so just burned a bless, but dealt 2 damage to the enemy also.
Nice.
That was pretty good.
I didn't kill it.
Great. That's the end of my turn.
All right, so it's got 8 out of 12 now, right?
Yes.
Cool. So I'm going... My turn?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to exhaust her, so she's fight 7.
And that is Nova Malone, that's right.
Yep. It's equal to my resources max 7.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's +1 damage. And yeah. I'm +4. Do I need to wall connected on this one? Probably not. Cultist is real bad, but you know, what can you do?
Yeah, I don't know that we can do much to play around that. Auto
fail. That's
hard
also
to play
bad.
around that either.
But here's what I can do: is Spectral Razor.
Okay.
And I can double this, so that would be
Ooh.
4 damage.
If you succeed twice.
If I succeed twice, which would be enough. So...
I just remembered my battle command, so I'll circle back to it.
Fist and Will for Tristan. Sorry, fighting, obviously, so... So that makes my Will 6, and my Fight 3, so that's 9.
9 to 3, it feels good.
9 to 3, and double doesn't require the first one to be successful or anything, so yeah, let's just see what happens here. Elder Sign.
Elder Sign, okay. Well, that definitely passes. So that does 2 damage to an elite, right?
Yep. I can't... Did I pay for it? I don't know if I did.
I have no idea.
Well, I did.
You probably did.
I think
you used to be at 25 resources, and I don't know what else you've spent it on.
I'll pay for it again, and tap double to do this again, and yeah. And that was a symbol too, right? Elder Sign.
Oh yeah.
It was a symbol, so it's going to return at the end of the turn.
So when you double it, does it return to your hand like if either of them drew a symbol?
Yeah.
Wow, that seems really good.
-3. That
All right.
was enough. So I kill it.
Defeated. Yeah.
Which Nova Malone, gain a resource. Johnny Malone, gain a resource and draw a card.
And the Bloodless Man there's no other wrinkles to it, just victory 1 in our victory display.
Cool. So I'm going to put this here because it's not in my hand yet, but it will return.
So we've gotten 4 points for the Bloodless Man in the victory display, and 4 points for the rival in the victory display. There is other objectives we want to keep an eye on is ideally keeping our total sanity and health basically where it is now. Also, getting points if we win on agenda 2. Can we end this in the next round or two? I guess probably not. Right, because we still have to find that jewel, take it, and then spend a bunch of clues.
Well, with my last action, I'm going to investigate with Well Connected. So I am right now 10, 12, 22, 24. So that's +4. I didn't name it for Tristan. So that's only 6 to 4. I think maybe I should favor the Moon and Diadem for... That's basically automatic success.
Sure. Just becomes an Elder Sign.
Yeah. I think that's probably worth it. So... yeah, because this 4 Shroud here is going to be real tough. So, okay. I'll do that. So I'll spend this. I get a resource when using Favor of the Moon. And I have to spend this to treat it as an Elder Sign. I'm +3, so obviously I succeed. And I get that clue.
Nice. 2 more clues and we can look at the mystery.
Yep.
And then we would be 2 more clues away. Oh, wait, no. Then we'd have enough. Or no, yeah. 4 end clues as a group to advance the act. I guess there's a world where next turn, if this is where the lantern is, we could potentially end the game. That's a big if.
Yeah.
Are you finished?
Yep.
Okay, before we go
you do
to
your
upkeep,
bullshit.
I want to just use Thomas. I'm going to name Hazard. I feel like we've seen a lot of terrors
Do you want to do
lately.
that first or not?
It was a terror. I actually didn't want to. I was kind of saving that just in case we feel
Yep. Okay.
like we're in a dire situation. So I just took a shot in the dark and didn't get it.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Then let's upkeep. Ooh.
And I get Spectre Razor back at the end of the turn.
Right on time, the Eyes of Volusia.
Nice. Oh, I just got a good card.
Oh, and the British Bulldog should be back in my hand. And then, could you hand me the bag really quick? I realized during your turn I forgot my violent commands again. Keep forgetting. Being violent, it's on my to-do list. I just... -1 succeed. No, it doesn't succeed. I'm testing even on this, so... Brutal. I take a horror. Let's try to keep the team's horror down and put it on an ally. Okay.
Alright, so we go up to 5 Doom. And pushed into the beyond. Choose and shuffle a non-story asset I control into its owner's deck. Then discard the top 3 cards of the deck.
Wow.
If that asset is discarded, take 2.
This is classic.
This like a card?
Yeah, this is from like the Dunwich campaign.
Yeah, interesting. Oh, but I could do an empty card. So I could do
Scroll Secrets is perfect for that. Mm-hmm.
And like maybe I'll take 2 horror, but maybe I won't. If I the nice thing about Scroll Secrets too is if I don't discard it here and I draw it, I could try to get my weakness with it.
Oh yeah,
because my weakness is super annoying. So
that would be nice. Although your deck's almost down to below 5 cards, so
True.
your weakness wouldn't stop getting shuffled in.
So I'm discarding the top 3. I got Speak to the Dead, which is nice for recurring. Tempt Fate and Arcane Initiate. Bummer.
Brutal. Oh man, those are some cards that would have been nice if you had those earlier in the game.
Yep.
Okay, but you did not take horror.
Yep.
And
who needs Speak to the Dead when Spectral Razor just returns every turn?
There is a secret door. Can you cancel if we wanted to? Can you cancel this when I drew it? No, you have to draw it.
Yeah.
For Raymond.
If I still had Ward of Radiance, I could.
Right. Okay, so secret door gets attached to our location. We have to either search for the passage with willpower or discern the way out with intellect to clear it.
That's fine. But that's it, huh?
That is it. It's back to our turn.
Yep.
I don't have a lot on my agenda other than
I can get a lot of clues. So I think I should do that.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead?
I can also give money. Does that help at all?
I would take some money, but it's not like crazy important.
Okay. first action, I'm going to Faustian Bargain. And I'll... so right now I'm at 26. I'll give myself 3 and you 2.
Sure.
Which ends up being 4 for me because of Johnny Valone.
Mm-hmm.
So add 3 and 1 and draw a card and add 2 curses.
Can't believe I haven't drawn my fake credentials. It's like the one thing I wanted. That was our preview card and everything. One of our preview cards.
Well, let me show you how to get some clues. So
Please
I'm
do.
going to read the signs.
Okay.
And so I add my will. Will and intellect. It's like
Okay.
the only things
Yep.
that make any sense. And we don't even have to deal with that baddie anymore, right? He's just gone.
Yeah.
Oh, and I can even double this and get all the clues.
Please do.
So my will is 6. My intellect is 3. So I'm at 9 to 4. I can well connect to... I'll well connect to this one.
Okay, so even maybe the cultist,
Yeah.
we're gonna be okay.
So...
Curse.
I will leave that.
Okay.
Skull, that's totally fine. I was up by 1,000,000.
Yeah, that's just a -3 right
Yep.
now. Yep.
Okay, so that's 2 clues. Spend 2 resources. And so this is 9 to 4. And I mean, I could use Favor of the Moon and Diadem to basically guarantee it, but I mean, +5 is pretty good.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
-4, that's fine.
Wow.
Perfect.
Okay.
So I got the other 2 clues.
Do you want to draw the mystery?
And that's in 1 action, 4 clues. So
Drawing the mystery is a non-action.
Yep, and it costs 4 clues.
No, it doesn't cost anything. Just if there are 2 or fewer clues on the location, you can draw it.
Okay, cool. So
It's
Declan.
Declan. Oh, tell us about him.
Hunter, 2/2/2. He gets +4 health, so he's actually 2/6/2. When Declan is engaged with you, you get 1 fewer action during your turn. Whoa, that's weird.
Oh.
At the end of the enemy phase, if Declan Pierce is ready, heal 1 damage from each enemy in play.
Odd.
That
Okay.
is weird.
Yeah.
So I guess currently I have 2 actions, but if I were to evade him, I would get my 3rd action back.
Seems like that. Yeah.
That is... I've never really seen anything like that.
Just a two fight, 2 evade.
Yeah. But is elite, and I assume that I'm the one that he's engaged to. What's the wording of the?
Yeah, you drew the card.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I could fight with. So I'm not great at evading. Well, I'm okay at evading.
I mean, if you want to, yeah, if you have anything you can do, like a parlay or anything that can use your last action, like I have another sleight of hand, so I can unload another gun onto him and try to just knock him out.
Yeah, it's like I could evade to try to get my action back, but I think it's maybe I just like I can do 2 damage. So if you can do 4,
Yeah, that sure.
Okay.
That frees me up to finally get rid of my violent commands if I want to.
So I'll use Nova to do test 7 versus 2.
Seems good.
Blast.
9 versus 2.
Yeah, I don't think probably don't need to. I could. I don't want to use a diadem charge, probably.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Cultist.
that is the downside. So that's
The number of story assets at your location. I have 5, and you have 4.
4. So that's minus
9. Oh no.
That does fail.
Wow. Okay. He doesn't have He doesn't have retaliate or anything, so
Yeah. Bummer.
brutal. And yeah, if I'm going to kill him this turn, then I was not engaging him. Although if I do engage him, I can use Bewitching, which has an upside, obviously. But yeah, I just can't also kill him, so I would take all that horror. So I think I'll risk shooting you in the face.
Okay.
Spend 1 on Sleight of Hand to put my British Bulldog back in play.
Okay.
I am going to attack... Jeez, it's just 4 to 2 though? This is my problem. I don't have anything boosting my skills. Fine Clothes is not making as many tests 0 as I was led to believe. Does nothing for me here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like shooting at you only up by 2. So I'm trying to decide what to do here. I mean, maybe I just engage it.
We could
And then at least I'm not risking
also
shooting you.
leave it till next turn. I don't think the 2 horror is the end of the world. Sure call.
Yeah, maybe this turn I won't do this, actually. Rewind. Maybe instead I'll play Eyes of Velusia and actually get a little bit of use out of that.
What does that do?
So this is a hand slot and an arcane slot, because it's a relic and spell. As I can parlay, choose an enemy at your location until the end of the round. Each investigator gets +1 skill value while fighting, evading, or parlaying with the chosen enemy, and I put a resource on here as a charge. And as a fast action, I can search my bonded cards for Blade of Yoth and swap it in for this, moving the charges to it. The Blade of Yoth is a cool weapon.
Nice.
So I would like to do this a few times with my free parlay action. Because I didn't have any other plan. The only other plan I had for my free parlay action was maybe to bring my Lantern Club buddy closer, but that's not critical. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll parlay it. So we all have +1 skill value basically against Declan right now. I'm also going to engage it though, so as my second action. So Bewitching will let me pick up Vamp. I don't really want a Vamp here when there's no clues for me to get though.
But you would still evade and damage, so you're getting at least 2 of the things on it.
That's true, but I can also just attack it with Prudence. So I think I'm going to do that.
How do you attack it with Prudence?
Or sorry, not Prudence. With Sarah, yeah. So I'll just attack it with Prudence. Or with... Why do I keep saying that? With Sarah. Spending... Jeez, I have burned through my resources.
Purple girls are the same.
No comment. I'm just going to spend 1 resource to fight.
But you don't want to do 2 damage?
I don't want to do 3 damage. Because I'm going to do increments of 2 to it, most likely.
There's a good chance I can do 1 extra, so it might be worth it.
Worth my last resource?
But you can always get 2 resources with those.
Oh, that's true. Alright, fine. I'll spend 3. So now if I succeed, it's going to do 3 damage. Or I'll spend 2, rather, to make it 3 damage. It's adding together my combat and willpower skills, which is just 5, but then the fact that I used Eyes of Velusia on it makes it 6. So hopefully that works out. -4. Just did it. Okay, so 3 damage to him.
Okay, nice.
Well, that was a long road for a few points of damage.
Okay.
But we're there. Okay.
Oh, shit. It's also going to heal the damage. At the end of the enemy phase, if Declan Pierce is ready, heal it. Oh, unless you can evade him. Do you have any more actions left?
I mean, it is what it is.
Yep.
Okay. Heals damage. Enemy phase, nothing else happens. So we upkeep. Ooh, Drain Essence is pretty good here.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
The agenda's going to advance.
Alright, let's see what happens. Mayhem ensues. If the Bloodless Man is in play.
Nope.
Otherwise, the clamor around you seems to quiet for a moment. Each investigator may heal 1 horror from an investigator or guest asset at their location. Wow.
I'll heal it for myself.
Yeah, I'll have for myself too. That is... It's very rare to see agenda advance is a good thing.
Yeah. I assume it probably would have been less good if the bloodless man was still in play.
It would have flipped to unleashed, and I think it would have full health, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't fill it up to 6 damage. Yeah.
A killer party. The party descends into utter mayhem, with guests throwing themselves out of glass doors and windows to escape the otherworldly monstrosities. Parlay abilities on Lantern. Enemies cannot be triggered. Doom cannot be removed from this agenda. Force, when a single-sided guest asset will leave play, it becomes spellbound instead. Okay, so basically all the same stuff as last time.
Okay, so we have 6 rounds.
Yep.
Okay, here you go.
Abhorrent Moonbeast. Monster Dreamland Servitor. Hunter and retaliate. Damage dealt by this enemy must be assigned to guest assets you control if able, but it's just 1 damage and 1 horror, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. And I drew Entrap. Since this is not in play, Entrap gains Surge. Although I do have to take the test, which I guess could matter for token effects. Agility 3. Wow, this is the token effect. I fail, so I take a horror from the elder thing. And it gains Surge.
Oh, and what happens? Oh, it just gains Surge.
Yeah. Terrorgate. This is what could make me lose 3 resources. I only have 1.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's 3 to 2. Elder Sign. Wow. I choose a non-elite enemy at my location or a revealed connecting location and automatically evade that enemy. Is he elite? He is. So there are none.
There's that guy.
The Lantern Club member is not a revealed connecting location, so...
Yeah.
Alright, well, I passed the treachery at least. Saved my 1 resource.
Nice.
Okay. Well, should I blast him?
Yeah, if you want.
I could sleight of hand and ideally finish him off and hit your Moonbeast if that's useful to you, ideally.
Yeah, sure.
Let's try it. Okay, I'll spend my lone resource.
Oh, but you should do this one.
You're right. Well, I could do that after sleight of handing. It doesn't really matter. So I'll finish. I'll spent the resource already. So sleight of hand, my British Bulldog into play. And yeah, Eyes of Illusia, I will choose... I think I'm going to choose the Aberrant Moonbeast so that I don't get retaliated on and hit you.
Well, I can always fight this one too. So maybe...
Okay.
I feel like if you can kill that...
Alright, I'll choose Declan if you're confident over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am at 6 to 2.
I mean, I still have a Spectral Razor in hand.
True.
One-shot it. Because it keeps coming back.
Curse.
That's great. Don't
ignore it?
Don't ignore it.
Alright, 4 to 2. -1. Okay, pass. You're going to allow me to pass?
Yeah.
Alright, second attack, 6 to 2. And I have to kill it to get my last action back. This is a -4, so I'm okay.
Okay, nice.
So I do. So he goes in the victory display. That's another.
Yeah, we're doing well.
That's 3 points. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I have 1 ammo left on my British Bulldog, but you.
No, you could.
I not shoot it?
Well, no, it's fine to shoot it, but it's not a big deal if you don't.
I don't need to then.
Did you do your violent commands last turn?
Did I not? Maybe I didn't. That's probably what I'm going to do with my last action then, actually, is clear it this turn. But yeah, I think you might be right. So, 0. I passed.
Nice.
Then yeah, if I have this action to spare, I think I will just finally clear it. I'll deal 2 damage to myself and put it on some of my guests.
If you need to do it to me, that's fine too.
That's fine. I've got capacity on guests.
Okay. All right.
Okay. That's my turn done.
Cool. So I will... Spectral Razor against the Abhorrent Moonbeast. And I will... start of the turn, Tristan Botley. Let's do Will and... we don't need to deal with that. So Will and fight. Spectral Razor is now 6 plus 3 is 9. 2.
Seems good.
Yeah, seems alright. I'll favor the Moonet to make sure it comes back to hand. Because it has to be a symbol.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'll well connected.
So you've just added -2 plus 5 to it?
Something like that, yeah.
Elder sign. So favor of the moon. You've used that curse. You gain a resource.
Yeah. It's dead. It doesn't come back to hand till the end of the turn. This is discarded. I do need to deal with this secret door. So I'll test that. Let me second, actually, I'm going to play a Ritual Candles. And then third action, I'll test that. Also when I killed that thing, Nova Malone and John Malone gives me 2 resources, and I draw a card. So I draw that. Okay, now I'm...
this is absurd.
Elder sign.
All right, the door is open.
Yep.
Great. And that's it for the round?
Yep.
Okay.
This comes back to hand.
Let's go
Might be
upkeep.
over hand. Yeah, I'm probably going to be over hand size because...
Seems likely. I could use the resources. So I'm going to go ahead and use Prudence's Portent to look at the top 4 cards of the encounter deck.
So I draw Star of Hades, which will finally get discarded at least. But I am going to take a damage and a horror. I'll definitely put the damage here. The horror...
Let's see. I'm going to... I think I want this for me, this on top, and this for you. All right. Shoot, what was the trade on this? Okay. Now Thomas is going to mill the encounter deck. I'm going to guess it's a hazard. It is. I get 2 resources.
Nice.
Okay. And we ready?
All right. First Doom on a killer party.
Okay.
It didn't shuffle when we switched agendas, right?
Right. Not that you read out to me.
Don't think so. Bleeding Walls. Test will X. X is the shroud value location, which is 4. If you fail, lose an action and take a horror. That's the one that you had a few times. Okay. Well, my will is 5 right now. I could well connected this. That's probably worth it. So now I'm pretty high.
Are you?
Exactly. Curse. I'll trigger Ritual Candles.
So
it's basically only
-1.
-1. That I'll trigger Ritual Candles.
So it's a -3. I think you're fine.
-4 total. Yeah.
After well connected.
Yeah, well connected was more than.
Nice. And I draw a Lantern Club member. So this is the 3/2/2 that deals a little bit of horror.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and you get +1 skill value while parlaying here. I don't know if you
forgot about that. I'm leaning towards beguiling this thing. Oh wait, I don't have beguile in hand. Oh well, I can bewitch. Now I have beguile.
True.
But I don't even know if that's I still can't parlay them with their printed parlay actions, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, or I could just kill it with Sarah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can also kill it with Nova.
Do you want to go first and explore another location?
Sure. Sounds good. Do you want me to kill that with Nova?
Honestly, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm not seeing a lot of benefit out of jumping through all the hoops to beguile it.
So beginning of the turn, Tristan will be Fist and Intellect. Nova will attack with 8.
Okay, to 2.
Elder Sign.
Jeez.
Wow. All right.
That thing's dead.
And then I gain a resource, gain another resource, draw my last card.
Is this definitely your weakness?
No.
Oh, you drew that
I've
recently.
definitely drawn all my weaknesses. That's a good one. Okay. Second, let's move here. It is the bedroom. 3 shroud, 4 clues. You can spend an action, choose an enemy at any second floor location. Fight, you may use agility instead of fist. If you succeed, you may spend a clue to deal +2 damage. So those are all things that we like, using agility.
At any second floor, what is happening here? Why can you fight? Why can you fight any enemy? Like, why can you go to the bedroom and then fight something that's in the library? I don't get it.
I don't know. Bedroom magic, I guess.
4 clues on there, and we need to pick up 2 of them in order to draw the mystery.
Yep.
You have an action left?
I have 1 action left, and I have a lot of cards in hand. I will...
Read some signs, baby.
I don't have read... Well, I sort of have... Oh, you know what? It's funny. I have Speaks of the Dead, but it's gonna... My discard pile is gonna go away in a second. I can help you... Is there anything left in your deck that's helpful at all?
I mean, if I finally get my fate credentials, then I'll actually be able to contribute to some clues.
So my last action, I will play a Scroll of Secrets.
Sure.
I
think there's still a basic weakness in my deck, too.
Yeah, okay. So let's use it on you.
Okay. Bottom card in my deck is my Eldritch Tongue. I can play parlay events from my discard piles if they're from my hand. That's
good.
Pretty good. I've got some of those. I will hold on to that. Thanks.
Cool.
I think, given they don't have any good investigate tools here, and I mean, I guess that's the problem with if I draw my fate credentials now, I should have kept that enemy. So I think I'll just check out the other second floor room.
Sure.
First action. It's the parlor. This location gets -1 shroud for each guest asset at it.
Nice.
Well, that's good, because it's 6
5
shroud to a minimum of 1 shroud, so I'm taking it all the way down. Well, finally a place I can investigate. As a quick ability here, fast ability here, if you control the jewel, exhaust an enemy at any location. Group limit once per game. Okay, well, honestly, I might just start investigating.
Hell yeah.
I don't really see anything else important for me to do, so I will investigate at 4-1. Curse.
You could cancel it.
Oh yeah, I will, thank you. Elder Thing fails and I take a horror.
Wait. Weren't you 6-1? Or no, you were 4-1. Damn.
Yeah, annoying. Okay. I'll put that horror on Miranda. I guess I'll try again. I don't know what's in my hand. I could probably be pitching. But I like these cards, even now. I guess I'm probably not stirring the pot and doing a bunch of AoE damage, so I'll pitch 1 in so that at least if -4 I don't fail. Tablets. -3, -5 if you're at a private location. I am. I fail that too. Brutal. Okay, well.
Why don't you just draw Elder Signs every time?
I don't know. I'll work on it. That's it then, huh?
Okay.
Not our most productive round.
No. And now I gotta shuffle and take a horror. I guess I'll put the horror myself.
2 Doom on the agenda. Which Shuffle quick. This game's getting long.
Yep. I think we're close.
Should be, yeah. We're in that annoying stage you get in some Arkham games where it's like, victory is not really in question. But you still have to play it out.
At least here there's like points to fight
True,
for.
yeah.
Alright. Draw a card, and oh, that's good. You have to discard one.
Oh, here in the upkeep, I'm just going to name Terror. Nope. Oh man, I kind of would have liked to draw that like a club member.
And I'll discard Robes of Endless Night. Alright, and did we already... So we're up to 3 do?
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah, we do have to move a little bit.
Alright.
Last 2 cards in the counter deck.
Enraged Gug, 3/3/2. Alert Hunter, horror dealt by this enemy must be assigned to guest.
And a Vicious Ambush. If no monster enemies are in play, this gains surge. Otherwise, the nearest monster enemy it readies, moves until it reaches your location, engages you, and makes an immediate attack. Damn. Well, I'll bewitch it, pick up my Persuasion, and it attacks me, so for 1 and 1, and must be assigned to guests if able. It is able without any harm done, but I don't love it. Okay. Cool. Well, then I will probably use my Eyes of Volusia to parlay it to get +1 against it, and then go for it, spending 2 resources with Sarah.
Yeah, sure.
So that's going to add together my fight and my willpower, so 5, and the Eyes of Volusia make it 6 to 3. So let's add... let me not do that yet. I'm going to back it up. Let me vamp. I finally have an enemy on a location with clues. I realize they're one shroud clues, but since I kept failing, let me vamp. Okay. So this is going to make difficulty 0 on all of these. Testing intellect. -6. Well, I pass. Not by anything, but I will get a clue at the location.
Nice.
Testing agility. Do I, in any order. So let me test combat next. Elder Thing -4, but I don't fail because it's 0, so deal 2 damage to it. And finally, agility, and I would automatically evade the enemy, and I move it to a connecting location. So I can send it to you if you wanted to finish it off, in other words.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I think I have to if I pass this. So...
Yeah, I mean, you could also finish it off with a 0 resource, Sarah, but I don't mind finishing off.
Because it does automatically evade it, so you don't even have to finish it off now.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll do it. -4. Jeez. So I was looking for a good lucky cigarette case hit here and didn't get it, but I still succeeded because they were all 0 difficulty. So this is engaged and sent to your direction.
Can you do the remove a doom one, even though it doesn't do anything?
I guess I could.
Just to try to get the cigarette case?
Okay. All right. Testing willpower. Tablet. Nope. -5. Right. Still pass.
Nice.
Okay, well, that was my free action. So I guess I'm just going to get back to investigating. I mean, I'm at +3 by nature. I should pass some of these. Skull is -4 right now because we're on agenda 3. Holy shit, why did we play on hard? Yeah, I'm just going to keep going, I guess. What the...
-4.
I take a horror? That would bewitch a guest, which is fine. You'll just have to, if we want the point, you'll just have to spend an action recovering it. But we get a lot of points if we keep our own horror to a minimum. So or not bewitch a guest, but spellbind a guest.
Okay.
All right, trying it again. -1.
Hey, there we go.
Finally got a damn clue. All right, your turn.
All right, let me show you how it's done.
Please.
So, I'm gonna spend 2 resources to read the signs.
By the way, if you did end up attacking this Gug, you still get +1 against it for my eyes.
Oh, nice. Okay. So will and 6 and 3. So I'm at 9. It's a 3 here.
3 seems good.
That is -4. That is fine.
Yep.
So I get 2 clues. I'll double.
Nice. This is how it's done.
Spend
You're not wrong.
Another 2. And I'll use well connected on this one. Just in case. I don't know if anything would fail. Because I feel like even occultists would be fine. So. -1. So I get 2 clues.
Nice. Do you want to draw the mystery?
Yeah. It's an abhorrent moon beast.
Oh, good.
So, with my next action, I'll Spectral Razor.
Yep, blow it up. It has 3 hit points, so this will one-shot it.
Yep. -2, so it's dead.
Shame you can't also double that and hit the other one.
It's fine. I don't feel like it's gonna matter too much. And as my last action, I'll move to you.
Yeah, I guess so. The jewel's here, huh?
Oh, and then when I killed that enemy, I'll do this for 2 resources and a card draw. The Nova Malone plus Johnny Malone combo. Then
What?
it was a narcolepsy, so I did not. I didn't move.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right.
Oh,
I
that's
lost
annoying.
my last resource.
Yeah.
My last action.
Okay. Upkeep. I don't think there's the only enemy is this Gug readies, and since you're still here, it engages you.
Yep. All right.
And then upkeep.
If we're lucky, I'll draw a card that does me damage.
It's fine. I won't worry about it. Okay, Doom on there.
4. So we know that yours has the jewel.
Yes, we do. This is in the last place we looked. Funny how that works. Where is this again? It's in the parlor. Okay, we gotta get out.
Yep.
At this point, I was hoping that we could crack open the lantern, but it doesn't look like we're likely to. That takes 4 successful tests.
Yep.
Okay, here you go.
Entrap. This is
take a test, and if you fail,
probably it'll gain surge.
It'll gain surge, yeah.
0, so I succeed.
Nice. So I guess it actually doesn't surge. I was thinking there wasn't a point to taking this, but actually, if you succeed, nothing happens. Secret door. We need to bust another one down to get out.
And I'm asleep, so you have to bust out and then come wake me up. Is ideally.
Yeah. So you can't cancel. Oh yeah, it'd have to be your draw anyway. Yeah. I have to bust out. Okay. That's annoying. Well, yeah, I don't want you to waste your whole turn. All right, well, it's going to be intellect, probably, to get out of here. I don't think that any of my mini guests actually help me with this. I've just got to pass something for once in my miserable life. Let me throw... I'm in a private room, so I would like to be up by 5, I guess. I'm going to throw 3 icons at this. Can't take these cards with me when the scenario is over anyway, so I'm at 7 to 3. Wait. I want to be up by 5. 8 to 3.
All right, we got it.
Find the secret door. Tablet is the minus 5.
Nice, thanks.
Feeling good about that at least.
Cigarette case.
Okay. Yeah, no cigarette case still. Jeez.
All right. So
hang on.
you have a free parlay if you can use it.
I have a free parlay, and I could get a clue before I leave. Are you going to get at least 2 clues?
Well, it
this
takes an
turn?
action to... You have to move and...
Oh, right. I have to move and snap you out of it. Okay. So
I think you only have the...
Move. Wake up.
Thank you.
Free parlay. I don't even...
You can always Eyes of Illusia this.
Oh, the Gug is there. Yeah. I will Eyes of Illusia. Your enraged Gug.
Cool.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you. I will... First action... Nova Malone against the Gug.
This is actually...
Oh, and then this will be Fist and Intellect.
This is actually tight on time.
Yep. -6. I am 8-9 to 3.
You're spot on then.
Yeah, I think Tristan got me to 8 and you got me to 9.
Yeah.
So I needed all of that.
The eyes finally were not superfluous.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. And then I got a resource and a card.
13th vision. Great. Okay.
Second action, I'll move here.
So you have... Let's see. Each guest asset reduces it by 1. So its shroud for you is 3. Because you have 3 guests.
Okay. But I have well connected.
Yeah.
So, and I have... Do you want to draw a card?
Sure. Sure.
From the bottom? Okay.
It's my fox mask. Boy, that would have been nice all game.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to investigate with well connected. I don't have any more read the signs, unfortunately.
Auto fail.
Damn. All right.
Okay.
Bummer.
Can we not actually pull this off?
What's the goal?
We need to get the jewel here and leave with it. And I think we're too many moves away.
Do you have to resign? What's the...
Objective. Find the jewel and escape. At the end of the round, if an investigator at the lobby controls the jewel, the investigators may spend...
we might be able to do
8 clues
We
as a
might be
group
able
to
do
advance.
it.
So it's going to have to be you.
Yeah.
So I guess I need to go in, get 2 of the clues so that you can pick it up and run? Because it's 2 moves away.
I have a card that can move me all the way.
Oh, okay.
That's a big
help. All right. Well, upkeep, and then doom number 5. Finally, second last card in my deck, Fake Credentials.
Nice. All right. So witching hour.
Really quick before we finish the round, I'm just gonna name Terror. Oh, nope. Okay.
Okay. All right, and then this is mine.
Mm-hmm.
Lantern Club member.
That's also what I milled. Okay.
That's slightly annoying, but maybe you can
come
here and because you don't have to. We don't both.
Have to be there as long as whoever's there has 8 clues.
Okay.
Which it looks like you do.
Yep.
Bleeding Walls. Okay. Oh, this could lose me in action. The shroud value of my location is 3, so this is 3 to 3. I mean, I can add an icon, but then I think I'm at the whims of the Chaos Bag. Come on, -1. -3. Okay, well, I failed Bleeding Walls, so I lose an action and take a horror. I still think it's better for our score if I bump off another ally.
Oh, keep in mind I probably won't have actions to flip over.
Yeah, but it's still like, we get 3 points from our us being healthy. That's brutal, and I have 2 actions plus my parlay action.
Okay.
But
all right.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you could come over here, if you could bewitch this, that's an easy clue, right? Or do you have any more beguiles?
No.
Bummer.
I don't. So all I can really do is come there and either deal with your enemy or try to get a clue. And based on my luck trying to get a clue, despite me... These are spellbound. Do they still count?
Being here...
me being here reduces
it easier.
It reduces... this is where we are, yeah. Me being here reduces the shroud Because it's counts all the
so
guests.
You should definitely
at it.
go first and move here.
Should I deal with? I mean, all I really should just do is engage your enemy, right?
Probably, yeah. Because if I ignore it, then we're not going to get the horror points for sure.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's my turn then. I mean, I guess I have a parlay, so all Eyes of Illusion. It's the Lantern Club member.
You don't have any parlays that could get.
I don't have any parlay events left in my hand now.
All right, so I'm going to investigate. Tristan Botley will give me intellect and will. I'll scroll of secrets myself.
Mm-hmm.
Try to find and read the signs. Oh, this is really. Oh, do we have any more? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. There is, I think, one bless.
So you can play Favor of the Sun to get the one bless from the bag.
I'm going to play Favor of the Sun. So
the card is fast?
Yeah, it's
fast.
Right?
Nice.
Yeah. There should be one in there.
Yep.
Okay. So first action, I'll investigate. I guess the first one I'll use Well Connected, and the second one I'll use Favor of the Sun with Twilight Diadem. And I might as well, because the second one is like automatic. So the first one I'll commit this. This is why I was saying curses don't really matter earlier. Is that Dawn Star makes them 0 and does damage.
Oh, jeez.
This and this, just in case.
All right, you're up by 1 million.
Minus 4. Okay, so that succeeds easily.
So you got a clue.
The second one, I investigate. I use Favor of the Sun plus Twilight Diadem. That's an Elder Sign. So that's +3. That succeeds easily.
Okay.
And then now we can reveal, right?
Draw the mystery, yeah.
Oh, but it might...
Jewel of Sarnath, Revelation, put it into play under your control with 3 damage and 1 doom on it.
Okay.
That's fine.
And as an action, you can exhaust it.
As a fast ability, you can exhaust it to move a token on it to an enemy. So you could send either doom or damage at enemies.
All right. But we just want to be in the lobby, right?
We want you to be in the lobby.
This is my last action. I'll spend 1, scout ahead, move up to 3 times. Enemies do not engage you, so I will move to the lobby.
That's pretty clutch.
I will double to move here. I could heal actually. That could be relevant, but we could have taken 1 more horror, and I'll move back. And then I need to spend 8 clues. So here's 4. Here's 4. There we go.
All right, advance the act. I guess we don't know for a fact that this ends the game. So.
The party's over.
Yep.
You take a deep breath as you stagger out into the cold night air. Snow falls quickly on the once pristine lawn, now stained red with blood. The manor is dead silent behind you. The Jewel of Sarnath pulses with an unearthly light in your palm, and for a moment you feel a balmy breeze, the sense of another place, both familiar and dreamlike. Was the gem worth all this devastation? Let's see how many points we got. It might have been worth it.
Yeah, let's find out. Was it worth it? I guess, did that have a resolution number on it?
I think R1. Yeah, R1.
You look up from the jewel to see your contact standing in front of the manor, silhouetted in the moonlight. Each investigator may choose 1 single-sided guest asset under any investigator's control to add to their deck. So if this was a campaign, that would be relevant. If this scenario is a side story, during the setup of each subsequent scenario in this campaign, you may shuffle the Jewel of Sarnath's story asset into the encounter deck.
Oh, interesting.
I don't think I've ever seen that type of effect before. That's cool. And then, since we sided with the Syndicate, we go to R4. Not too shabby, says Johnny Valone, lit cigar in his mouth. You have light hands. Could always use another pair for a job or two. He winks as he blows smoke out of the side of his mouth. I figured we could pawn the thing on the black market for a fair price, but after seeing what happened in there, his tough exterior softens. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. What were those things anyway? Elephants? Sick gorillas? He takes 1 last puff of his cigar. I guess I'll never know. All I knows is there's no way I'm hauling that rock back to Arkham. Consider the jewel a party favor. And this is for saving my ass. He hands a wad of bills to you and melts into the shadows with a Cheshire grin. Skip to resolution 7. Your skin prickles as you sit in the back seat of your cab, and you have the feeling of being watched. You turn to look back at the manor's facade to see the nightmarish face of the bloodless man staring down at you from the window. As the manor disappears from view, you think back to Kingsport, a city shrouded in mystery and folklore. The city beckons with its name alone, conjuring up images of misty sea cliffs, shadowy coves, and ancient brooding mansions. For generations, stories of inexplicable phenomena, strange dreams, and haunting legends have plagued Kingsport. After tonight's events, you finally understand why. Each investigator earns experience for the Victory X value, and then tally up your score. If your score is, it has a little list here, but basically you also get bonus experience equal to the tens digit of your score.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so our score. 1 point for each revealed manor location with no clues. So, they're all manor locations, right?
Yeah.
I think the main reason for that is so it doesn't count like Luke's location or something. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Not revealed.
Yeah. So 6 points. 1 point for each guest asset controlled by the investigators. I guess that includes... Oh, I missed this. We would have gotten points if there were no spellbound cards.
All right. Well, at least
That's
we
fine.
did 2.
Yep. So we have... So guest assets would include the spellbound card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
8 points. Are you keeping a running total here? 6 plus 8. 14.
Okay, 14.
We did not get 4 points for no spellbound cards. We did not get 5 points for agenda 1A or 2A being in play. We got 4 points for the Bloodless Man.
Okay, so 18.
We did not get the Pale Lantern. We got 3 points for Declan Pierce in the victory display.
21.
4 points for the Rival.
25.
3 points if no investigator has been defeated and we have 4 or less damage as a group for 2 players.
Yep.
So we got 3 points there.
28.
3 points for horror.
31.
3 points for playing on hard.
34.
And then 1 point for our objective. 1 point per for 6 resources among all investigators. Do you have 24? You probably single-handedly have this.
Yes. I do.
Amazing. Okay, so another 4 points. That was what, 37?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Nice.
take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels like a lot. Well, in retrospect, if I had been just taking the horror and saving the allies, we would have squeezed out a couple more points. But that would not be worth it if we had lost the damage and the horror.
Yeah.
Rewards. So it was a little.
Yeah,
I can't kick myself too much over it. Cool. Well done.
Yeah,
we made
yeah.
it. That was long. Arkham's a long game sometimes.
Yeah, especially first play.
Yeah.
And some new mechanics and this new scoring for points thing.
All this stuff. Yep. But it was a good time.
Yeah, it was fun.
Fun scenario. Yeah. Thank you for watching. 37 points. The score to beat. Let us know in the comments how you do. And particularly if you side with the Syndicate. But I assume that it's all pretty... most of our objective points did not come from our ally card. So you probably don't really need to compare apples to apples in that respect, I think. It's been a long video, so I think I'll sign us off. Any last thoughts or comments about the scenario?
No, this is fun. I like the replayability. I imagine it's like decent amount of difference with the different classes.
Yeah, it's not quite going to be, to me, I think, as replayable as the, what's the name of the one? Excelsior. Yeah, that is because that one has 10 different modes.
Yeah.
But I'm very curious to see what happens when you ally with the other scenarios.
Yeah.
Or ally with the other factions and rival against them.
Yeah, we still have no idea what's in here, too.
Oh yeah, we never looked at the Lantern Chamber that was in play from the start of the game.
Yep.
And I guess we'll never know.
Yep.
Until we play the scenario again. All right, well, if you somehow made it this far, you owe us a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We have all sorts of playthroughs, previews of unreleased games, fun stuff like that coming to the channel. So please subscribe. And until next time, be optimal.